Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I hope everyone is having a fine Woo Woo Wednesday. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. Yes, I was gone last Wednesday because my throat felt better, but I just kept coughing and coughing and coughing, and I don't think anyone wants to hear that on a live stream, so I thought it better to just cancel last Wednesday's fall or autumnal equinox for the Northern Hemisphere, and then the spring equinox turning point for the Southern Hemisphere. But the energies are still very, there. And then Friday I had to not upload, or not upload, that's not the right word, schedule something because my mom was in town to visit. So yes, I'm back finally, and we can kind of talk about, whatever current energies. And we do have a full moon coming up on Friday, which we can dive into kind of the energetic signature and astrological alignment of that, and how that might affect us. But I kind of want to do like a bit of a belated collective equinox reading for everybody. So sorry, I did not wear the non-glare glasses. I totally spaced that little nugget of information for myself today. But yes, everybody check on in. We have 5 people and 2 likes on the video. Thank you so much. And we're hitting that time of year where during the live stream, we're going to go from darkness to, well, depending what time we get off of here, it might still be a little bit light out, but if we're going, 2+ hours, we're going to be hitting that kind of dusk time. Sorry. Your nose is itchy. There we go. Okay. So how is everybody? I hope you had a great week from the last time I saw you all. Well, week and a half really at this point, right? So let's see. We do have 1 donation thus far from Crazy Tempest. So Crazy Tempest will be starting us out when we are finished with our collective reading. And of course, don't go anywhere. We have the giveaway coming up later if you want to be in on the giveaway. And of course, after the giveaway, I will kind of take a little tally of everybody who wants to then be put into our little I'll call it the perpetual giveaway, because perpetual just means we just keep it going. And I will leave the names that we don't draw for the giveaway from live stream to live stream to live stream in this little cup. Of course, you will need to be present to win, but if you are here for a few live streams and your name is, in the drawing, I'm holding this up because it's, yes, the lighting situation is not ideal, but there we go. There's a little sticky notes I'm going to write everybody's name on that wants to be entered during today's giveaway for the perpetual raffle or drawing, I guess we'll call it a drawing, that'll take place right after the giveaway. So we'll do the giveaway, and before I do the reading for the giveaway, we'll also then write down everybody's names, put them in here, draw that name, then we'll do the giveaway question for the person who won, and then the free 1 card pull, basically. No question needed, you just do need to be present to win. Or I might do it to where even if you're not present, if you're not here, you can come back and just see if you had won. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what your feelings are on that. And just someone let me know you're here. I see we have 9 people, but there's no chats going on. So I don't know if people are just kind of listening in or quiet. But I want to make sure that you can hear me. That would be step 1, right? You can hear me. And then if I don't see anyone chatting, that just might be kind of suspect. Like, what's going on? Hopefully we're good. Just anyone out there, echo, echo, echo. Can anyone hear me? Can you see me? Can you chat? Just to let us know what the status is on that. Yeah, because that would be a problem if you guys aren't in the chat to be able to, post your questions or, chat back and forth, whatever. Yeah, still don't see that we are chatting it up. So I don't know. Kind of wondering. Normally we have at least someone saying hi or something, and we do have 9 people here. So to me, that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Let me just type in the chat just to see if I can. Hello. How do you spell it? Hello. Anyone here can see me? I don't know. this is kind of weird. Mercury's no longer retrograde, and I think we're making nice strides out of the shadow period, so I don't know what's going on. I might have to create a new live stream. I don't know. I might give it another minute just to see. Now we have 11 people, and usually one person helps me out and says hi, or something's going on. I do have an email coming in. Oh, someone else has donated, so we have that going for us. Crazy Tempest for a second question. Let me see. Oh, and she had said something maybe. We are chatting. Oh my gosh, you are chatting and I see nothing. What is happening? Well, didn't this happen for a few people as well? I think it was Sandy during her question. She was chatting with people and people were seeing it, but I wasn't. I don't know what's going on. Thank you for letting me know that, though, Crazy Tempest. Let me just show you what I'm seeing. It's crickets on my end anyway. Yeah, here we go. That's my current chat right there. And I will turn her around and show you guys. I don't know that I've ever had this happen before, but that's all I'm seeing since I first created this live stream earlier and then took my laptop to the school so it disconnected from my internet and then I came back. I don't see anything. I'm wondering if I don't make a new live stream. How about that? Okay, that might be what I have to do because it's going to be a weird situation if nobody can chat with me. I mean, I do have my email, but that's still like cumbersome to try to have to only chat through email. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to end this stream. Craziness. And then we will create a new one. So if it doesn't pop up in your feed, it should pop up on my page. So hopefully, one way or another, we'll all find our way back to each other, and then we can do our collective kind of, I guess we call it the equinox reading, and then get into it. And we still have the 2 questions, donations for Crazy Tempest to kick us off for the more donation portion. So I will be right back. Hopefully anyone just joining us will see this and then head over to the new one, but I got to create the new one. So it might take me, I don't know, under 5 minutes usually. It doesn't take too long. Sorry about all this, and hopefully when we get the new one up and running, maybe even before I press live to go live, I will just check in the chat box. And I don't know, maybe before I end this, I don't know, maybe if I try to join this from a different account. Let me just try that. We go to the creative page and just see. Okay, it says I'm live. All right, that's good. Okay, now I see your chat. Maybe I will just access the chat on here. How does that? Yeah, I don't even see that super chat right there. That super chat not showing up on my back end. What is happening? Well, thank you. The real Big John Trucking, you have also donated. So we have 2 Crazy Tempest questions. This is what we're going to do. So we're good. We're not going to stop this one. I will just use my chat over here and we'll call it good. I'm going to update my list. Now, this saves us time and effort. I like this. Again, I'll just be glancing down at my phone rather than up here to read the chat today. So sorry about the delay here, you guys, but that's what we're rolling with. So let me update our list. Donation list. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but I've never, I don't think, had this specific thing happen. Who knows? Okay, so Crazy Tempest times 2, and then the real Big John. Yeah, Big John Trucking. Okay. One word. I didn't want to put a space in there. Okay. There we go. There's our donation list. And let me just catch up on your comments since I'm seeing you over here. Oh, Asia, my queen. You are here. I have not seen you in like the longest of hot minutes. That is awesome. Welcome back. We also have Jessica Lynn. We have Linda H, Brandy Lynn. Hello. Oh, it's almost dark where you're at. Oh yeah, thank you so much for the heads up on the live stream donation, Crazy Tempest. Let's see. I lost my spot because I was trying to figure out what was going on in my background. It was my hand. Because I'm seeing it like, Surround sound, like 10 seconds behind on my phone. Okay, you can hear me. You can't see our comments. I can see you. Maybe YouTube glitch. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting that figured out. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, yay for 2 accounts. Hello, Jamie. All right, did I miss anybody? We have Marlene. We have Brandy Lynn, Linda H. I said. Just don't want to miss anybody here. Brandy Lynn, Jamie, Kirsten. Hello. Yeah, I'm looking down because my chat on the YouTube Studio backend, crickets. Nothing's going on. But it said there were 11 people here at one point. Now it says 10. So yes, we're back in action. So yeah, we are going to be doing our free reading giveaway and our little raffle / drawing. That's what these little things are here are for, to write your names on. And even if your name doesn't get drawn tonight, if you are part of the giveaway, your name will remain in this little cup. I think we still have, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 names from the first time we did this, which was about a week and a half ago now, because I wasn't live Wednesday or Friday, but we're back, we're ready to go. And let's just dive in, I think, and start with our, I kind of want to call this the autumn equinox reading, but I'm just feeling like basically the next 3 months. So taking us from autumn equinox to winter / if you're in the southern hemisphere, summer solstice. I'm just realizing my laptop's not plugged in, even though it's plugged in here, it's not plugged in at the wall. So I'm going to do that real quick because I have an older laptop, so the battery goes pretty quick if I'm not paying attention. I'm getting it. I just need to, there we go. Hopefully that gets us some juice here on the electronic device. Okay, we're better. Okay, Pika Lee is here. Hello. Yeah, I'm looking down because chat's not working here. Gotta do it on my phone. And seeing my wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube band hands in 2 locations is kind of tripping me out. Not gonna lie, but we're gonna roll with it. This is better than having to create a whole new live stream. So here we go. Let's get into our kind of basically between the 23rd, I guess, was Saturday. I was going to do a equinox reading last week. So basically the fall or autumn and lower, what do you call it? Southern hemisphere. It's the spring equinox reading that will take us through December 21st of the summer solstice for the southern hemisphere, winter solstice for the northern hemisphere. So what do we need to know? Ooh, we have the Ace of Wands. So there is going to be me bringing the blinds down. No, but there is going to be some inspiration, some new ideas, new energy coming in at some point. I'm just going to bring this down so the lighting isn't so all over the place. Got this kind of studio light here, so that might be a bit bright. So sorry, I'm all over the place tonight, you guys. The whole live stream thing not working properly kind of threw me off. But here we go. Yes, we have that Ace of Wands. So there could even be news coming in that feels very uplifting or inspiring. But for the most part, these, to me, this Ace of Wands energy does feel like inspiration for your own new ideas that you are getting from your own spirit to really take things up a notch in your life, specifically with anything you are looking to create, in your life or like as a project, quite possibly. And to come in with that, we have 5 of Cups. So another donation coming in, which we will get to in just a moment. But the 5 of Cups. So this really is about shifting focus. So if you had been feeling like, okay, maybe this idea isn't great, or something about the ideas you've had recently, or the fact that ideas just weren't flowing, now they are flowing. It's coming, though, as a result of you shifting your perspective in some way that is going to bring about more of your own spirit coming through your thought process to help you out. Again, with the lighting here, I'm just... but we have the Emperor and the Death card and also the Queen of Wands. So this, to me, the Emperor and Death coming out together lets me know that you are in charge of this letting go, releasing, stepping from one version of yourself into the next. You're the one facilitating this or making this happen. This isn't just some death, transformational thing thrust upon you. This is of your own doing, of your own making, and not like, oh, well, your mistakes caught up with you. No, I don't mean it like that. This is you taking a very empowered approach to shift your life in a direction that is like that Queen of Wands, Miss Sovereignty herself, feeling like she's more in control or more in power or empowered with her own like ideas, abundance, her true spirit. I mean, she's a very creative queen. She has great ideas. She feels motivated, inspired. She also can work to motivate and inspire others. So you might be like just dishing out like world class advice, and people are like knocking on your door for like answers or help or, something like that. But you really are just even in just your own energy field, feeling very inspired about what is going on. And I actually really love to see this, because the death energy really is resonant with that harvest time because yes, we reap all the fruits of that labor and the bounty of the harvest, but then after that we have all the stalks with all of the fruits and vegetables and the flowers that have passed away and the leaves that have fallen off the trees ready to go dormant and have that long cold winter or just long winter or hibernation, especially for those of us in the more northern north part. But it can be more symbolic for those of you that don't have like the big change of seasons like we do have here in the north. But this energetically feels like a big shift from one season to another, where you are, because we're not quite to that, death energy of the winter solstice. Again, in the northern hemisphere, that's coming up toward the end of this like 3-month reading mark. This is coming. So really, starting last Saturday and all the way through probably toward the end of November going into early December is when you're just reaping the bounty, reaping the harvest. Your hard, very Nine of Pentacles energy, that past hard work really paying off for you. And you're feeling really good about things. And then it might be kind of mid to that, midpoint, into the third week of December when that winter solstice takes place, or summer if you're in the southern hemisphere. That you're going to start maybe not slowing down as far as, holidays can be a very busy and chaotic time for a lot of people, especially when you have kids. But it just feels more cozy where you're not like the workload or, the projects, the ideas just aren't like front and center. Maybe you're able to kind of step back from that, maybe spend time with family for the holidays, that kind of thing. But again, for the first like 2.5 months of this, fall equinox, autumn equinox energy, you're ready to just pluck all these great ideas or even ideas you've had or projects you've had in play for a while, be them at work, personal, whatever it is you've got going on. You're just going to feel really good about all that past effort and work that you've put into something. Okay, so we have a couple donations coming in and I am going to, what's the word? Update the list. But then we have Leo here, the extrovert. So again, this is a time of just getting out there, putting yourself out there. Those of you that are my singles, maybe you're going on some dates or just kind of coming to that realization that maybe it's time to get back out there. Those of you that are already, in relationships, you're, or, maybe even romance isn't on your radar at all. You're just feeling more inspired to put yourself out there a little bit more, or go out, have some fun with friends or on your own or with a significant other, your family, whatever that looks like for you. Just really wanting to put yourself out there. But again, we can't ignore all this creative energy that's going on in these cards, and the fact that the Leo is the natural 5th house of creativity and of children, which are the things that we parents create. So for someone watching, there might be, the conception or even birth of a child if you're already pregnant. Very, very interesting energy here. But again, that can be more metaphorically speaking, the birth of a creative project or an endeavor, allowing something to be birthed through your energy field and released out into the world. Okay. We also have here the square with challenge and disharmony. And I really do see, it doesn't mean it can't manifest in the external or outer reality, but again, going back to that death energy and you being your own catalyst for a shift, for a change, it's going to maybe at times be a bit difficult, a bit challenging, maybe even when other people involve themselves in your energy and they're seeing you're doing things differently, or you're no longer doing this, or instead of doing this, you're doing that. And they might even be a bit confused about your energy, but to clarify what's coming in as a result of this. This is you stepping into your, just deeper or higher potential. And then, yes, more into that, destiny of that north node, the north node of the moon, which is that like destiny or the thing that you are striving for, that new life goal. So, as a reaping of the harvest of this old energy, and possibly even reaping of new ideas that you're now setting in motion, by that solstice point in December, this new goal might be realized for others of you, some of you, but for others of you, this could be just the beginning of something, some long-term stability you're trying to create in your life, which can be amazing as well. All right, I feel like we need one more. Let's go to this deck. What's going on in this deck? What else do we need to know? Just catch up on your comments here. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, what bird is on the death card? Let's take a look. It looks like a vulture to me. Looks like a vulture, which, bird of prey, vulture, coming in, feeding on the dead energy. So kind of what I get with this is there are things that are, the thing that's passing away, or the version of you that's, passing away to make room for the birth of the new. There can be bits or elements of that old version of you that can act as fertilizer for the new version of you. Thanks for pointing that out. Another message came through for that. Yeah, vulture. Yeah. I keep seeing like stuff like in my mind, like periphery, like, I don't know what's going on. Yes, vulture. But yeah, a raven does make sense. Ravens technically, a lot of cultures do see them as like a bird that kind of will announce a death or, something like that. But let's see what else we need to know, those of us watching now. And the replay. And we have inner integration. Inner integration. And that looks, what was I saying earlier about like this next new version of yourself, and the past version of yourself falling away? This looks like the same person, but like in different stages of life, seasons, what we're kind of really tuning into with the seasons of life going on. And then, from young maiden to mother, older mother, and then crone energy. This does feel very relevant to, male or female or anything in between. This is very relevant to just the seasons and stages and cycles of life. But it also says here, there's peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and the tempering effect life has on us. So again, kind of taking us into that more winter season, or summer if you're in the southern hemisphere. This is about, slowing down just a bit. Doesn't mean you're not going to pop off again, at some point in the winter or spring, because that usually is what happens. But for the most part, this is about being able to really wrap some things up coming into that mid to third week of December. But there's a lot of time to be used and played with and dealt with between now and that midweek or midpoint of December. So there's a lot that is being reaped and sowed and put into motion and thought about, talked about, written down. There's a lot going on that I think all of us are going to be, in our own individual ways, and maybe even as a collective humanity, just be working on things. Okay. So put all these back, and I'm going to update our list, but Crazy Tempest is going to start us out. Crazy Tempest has 2 questions. And then the Real Big John Trucking is on deck after that. I'm wondering, though, when I first typed, if you could see me. Yeah, you guys can see my chat. Like, if I were to type something in this chat box, it does pop up here. But I don't see any of yours. Still not seeing it. So crazy. All right. Oh, we have an ad coming in. Well, I guess this is a perfect time to update the donation list. Yes, Crazy Tempest, Big John Trucking. And then I got to go to my email to see who else has donated real quick. Yeah, great message in the collective reading. You're so welcome, Jessica. Absolutely. Okay. So we have Kirsten. Oh, Pamela. Hello, Pam. Welcome. It's been a minute since I've seen you here in the, Not so much in the chat. I don't see you there, but I saw you have donated for a question. Hello, my dear. We also have Kirsten for a 1 card and Marlene for a 1 card. So I'm going to update. So Kirsten for a full read, and then Kirsten for, okay, so. Okay, so +1 card for Kirsten, and then Pam, or Passmore 5, I think is your name on here. And then it was Marlene for the 1 card, and I think that's everybody that it has donated thus far. Yes. Okay, check. We got it. Okay. That is that, and we're going to copy that and paste it back. Okay, there is our running list. So question 1 for Crazy Tempest. How will the van life go for the next few months, like now until the end of the year? Awesome. Let's tune in. Oh, I didn't put these ones back. Let's put these ones back first. I will also take a quick drink of water. Okay. Now my water bottle's giving me problems. It's a night, you guys. I guess the straw came detached from the lid, so that's why I couldn't get any water. Okay. Back to it. Here we go. Van life. Tuning in to Crazy Tempest energy. How will van life go for now until the end of the year? Crazy Tempest. We have, was it this one stabbing me in the hand? Yes. Okay. So 4 of Swords. So it's interesting how you think, okay, van life, I'm going to be on the move. Yes, you probably will be, but at the same time, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for you to rest, for you to have quiet, contemplative time. The 4 of Swords, I always look at as a card of healing. It comes after the 3 of Swords, which is about grief and dealing with some sort of loss or heartbreak. Even if it's just, leaving one version of yourself, in the dust for a while to step into this new version of yourself. Again, see the collective reading we just did. Feels very fitting for the energy that this is now kind of bringing you into as well. We also have the Strength card and the Queen of Swords. So this really does feel to me like you being able to speak into being exactly how you want this van life stuff to go for yourself. This is about, digging down deep. There might be times where it feels difficult or it feels hard, or you do wish you had, a more, like, not temporary, what's a reverse of temporary? Can't think right this second. Permanent, like a more permanent residence for yourself. But there's going to be a lot of moments of clarity. She's like the truth queen of clarity, and just knowing what you want. Like, this van life is really going to unlock doors within your energy, within your own spirit, for you to really start to understand what it is you want in life. And I don't know. If you ask me, raise your hand if that sounds like such a gift, because I think so many of us, I won't say we waste time. I don't really ever think there's a such thing as wasted time, although we can all beg to differ in our own lives, I'm sure, from time to time. Like, I wasted 2 years on that relationship, or I did this, or I did that. But for the most part, there's a lot of learning we're doing. But clarity is coming for you. This feels really awesome that you are digging deep, maybe even learning or getting to know more about yourself, getting to know yourself on a deeper level. What a gift. What a gift that is. Not a lot of people get that gift in life. And if they do, a lot of times they squander it. It doesn't look to me like you're squandering this gift, though. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins. So this really is going to be a time of finding what it is direction-wise that you want to go, and really learning or discovering what it is that you want in life. And this is like the beginning of a whole new, not even a whole new chapter. She's holding a book here, but to me, like, I'm seeing in my mind's eye, like putting the old book of your life away and cracking open a whole new book to start writing a whole new book, not just a new chapter in the same old book. So it feels very like metaphorical. I don't know if there are any books that you've been reading lately that you've really gained some wisdom or knowledge from, or if there's been some books kind of on your TBR or to be read list. that you've been thinking about cracking open, and whether they're fiction, nonfiction, self-help, whatever they are, whatever's kind of coming into your intuition, that might be the direction you're going as far as what to read, especially when you have some downtime during your van life. Doing some reading, even journaling. Journaling could be another thing. You could look at this as like a journal as well. But she's like getting insight into her own life. That's the vibe I'm getting with this for you. All right, anything else Crazy Tempest needs to know about this van life season of life coming up? Stable. I'm using it to gain knowledge and goals I want to achieve. You had plenty of books. Skill based. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so you're definitely learning stuff. Yeah. You're definitely learning when Mercury joins the party, and yeah, mind and speech. So you're like got a lot going on in your mind, but it doesn't feel like anxiety and stress kind of like goings on in your mind. This to me feels more like ideas, knowledge, thinking about your future, thinking about your present, just doing a lot of brainstorming, a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge coming in hot, which absolutely. And you may be even writing these things down in that said journal, or being able to do something with all this knowledge instead of, if you're anything like me, I love learning things, but it's the actual application of said learning that is kind of my stumbling point, because I just want to keep learning and learning and learning. So it's not just about learning all these new skills or these new things. It's about actually making them actionable. The things you're learning, making it actionable. All right. So yeah, van life to me for you feels very, what's the word? Just very productive. Yeah, very productive. And then this card was just kind of laying here. I didn't pick it up with the rest of the deck, so I guess it's your message as well. So second house, which is about your resources and your values. So you might even be reaccumulating your funds or your budget, or just kind of, if you're doing the van life thing, you're not paying rent. I mean, unless you are paying rent also on a place, the way that you spend money or the amount your bills are is going to shift and change. But also, you might just be learning more about yourself value-wise, putting more emphasis into how you value yourself, your time, your money, your love, your attention, your effort, and setting better boundaries for yourself is another thing I see as a result of your van life season. So, yes. All right. So yeah, plenty of books. Awesome. Oh, hello, new subscriber, Wonderlight. Hello. Yeah, if you want to donate, the link to be able to do that is pinned at the top of the chat, or also in the description box below. So few different ways you can do that. If you're here for a free reading, we already did a free collective reading, but I'm also doing a free reading giveaway, and then also a raffle or a drawing. I guess it's not a raffle, it's more of a drawing, coming up at some point during the live stream. So if you're here for the free stuff, you can scroll back to the beginning and watch that, maybe after the first 5-10 minutes, because we kind of had a technical difficulty at the beginning. But after that, I did get into the collective reading for pretty much almost the rest of the year, from equinox to solstice was what that reading covered. And then of course we're doing the free reading giveaway, which you can ask your personal question for if you are the winner. But if you want to donate, that's how you do it. Top of the chat or in the description. Okay, so Crazy Tempest's next question, and then the real Big John Trucking, you are on deck right after that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Jessica, for letting her know what's going on. Yeah, everyone dropped off from your life as well. Figure it's part of the new path. And that could be a part of your personal death process, Crazy Tempest, as a result of kind of what we were talking about in the collective reading. Because it's going to resonate differently or manifest differently for each of us, what this death indicates. For some of us, it's going to be a very internal thing. Of course, there's always going to be external factors as a reflection of those internal energies, but for others of us, it might be these external almost catalysts that happen that then make us go inward. It's going to be different for each of us, but I try to touch on all the possibilities in our collective, but I can never hit them all. Yes, so Crazy Tempest is next for the second question, and I'll update the list. It looks like Jamie says she has donated, so, and then Crazy Tempest has her next question out. Awesome. Yes, Jamie, one card read. So let me update that list. Jamie Wilson, one card read. All right. So, boom. Here we go. Boom. Goes the dynamite. Okay. So, second question, can I get a reading on work for October until the end of the year? Do I have an update on the reading? Oh, I do have an update on the reading you gave me a couple weeks ago. Well, let's hear it. I would love to hear all about it. I always love updates, and I'm just so curious about you guys and what's up and what's going on. Awesome, awesome. But yes, let's find out work reading for October for Crazy Tempest for October through the rest of the year. Work reading, Crazy Tempest. Ooh, the Two of Swords. There might be some confusion or maybe even something going on that you're not seeing fully the full picture, or maybe you believe one thing because someone has told you this is the way it is, or this happened, that happened, but that wasn't the actual truth. So there might be some deception. I normally really equate the Seven of Swords with deception, but this can be like a blissfully not really blissfully unaware, but just kind of an unaware energy. Not maybe not so much blissfully unaware, but just kind of unaware or unsure, undecided. It also could be that you are stuck making a decision. Do I stay at this job? Do I go? Or do I like that coworker? Do I not? Like kind of that energy of you're kind of just unsure about something going on at work. Let's dive deeper into it. And again, if this doesn't resonate yet, this is like October through December. But these energies just never hard stop. So this could already be something in your radar or on your radar, or energetically you're already picking it up. Yeah, wow. Well, this came out in your other readings. So this to me feels like work is going to have some sort of impact on your van life, and your van life is also going to have some sort of impact on your work. But I see this as a really great card as far as long-term stability, as long as you keep taking action down this path, because this to me feels like a whole new opportunity. Could even be a new work opportunity, or you're just deciding enough's enough here, I'm going to start applying over here or over here. If it's at the work you're currently at, it could be a new project or just kind of a new thing, or you're just spending your time more differently than you have been. But really, it just feels like new client, new project, like that kind of vibe with work. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so the reading you did for how my friend Virgo was going to like his birthday, he did thank me for the gift and decided he wanted to go a different way. Aw. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got that, you know, bit of finality, or just, you know, closure, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, and we have the Five of Coins, but we got all this coming out with it, so we'll just go in. So yeah, I think work, it just may not feel as fulfilling as and if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, it already felt to me energetically that work hasn't been your favorite place to be lately, or you know, things just haven't been as great as they could be lately. Excuse me. And it just kind of might be more of the same, or you're just feeling a bit left out. If there are like cliques or groups, gossip, I don't know, you know, just different departments, or you're just kind of feeling lonely or left out at work, or um, yeah, could even be pay wise. You're just feeling like I deserve so much more than what they're paying me. Why do I even bother with this? Uh, but yet at the same time, there is some like good energy going on, but it feels to me like you're the one bringing the good energy to work with this magician here. You're the one bringing the goodness. It's not like that goodness is just there for the taking. But this Eight of Swords coming out with the also Four of Wands, this is usually signing of a contract. In regards to more work rather than personal life, you know, personally, this can be like a wedding card, or like taking your romantic life to the next level card, moving in together with someone card. But it could just be that you are possibly getting to know someone at work better, or becoming friends with someone at work, or you're just deciding to make the most of kind of a not great work situation. But with the Eight of Swords coming out with this cluster of cards, this to me does say that, you know, you might feel more stuck or stagnant than is actually true, because when we can get in our heads about something, like we can just like dwell on it, dwell on it, dwell on it. So there might be a bit of that. So if you do catch yourself kind of going in a downward spiral of you know, this kind of crappy thing happened, and then now, you know, you're like 40 minutes into thinking all the doom and gloom that could be going on that may or may not be true. So this might just be, I guess, kind of a warning for like the rest of the year at work, not to um, go down like mental thought spirals about how bad work is or about how bad certain situations are at work, or even just wishing you had something different. Instead of like a lot of times thinking about it, dwelling upon it, one of the best things we can do is take those thoughts and dwelling that we're doing on something and then take action either to make it better or make it change in some way for the better. So there might be a bit of that you're doing. I don't know exactly what your work situation is, but there might be some sort of sprucing up of your cubicle or your work environment, your office, whatever it is. You're just feeling maybe a bit more comfortable at work in the actual physical space, but not maybe so much with certain connections or groups, because we do have that Five of Pentacles, maybe just feeling a bit left out with certain people. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there are clicks there as well. Yeah, don't like feel fulfilling. Yeah. This makes a lot of sense with what's coming out with the cards. But let's just see any words of advice or wisdom as far as work goes. We got 2 falling out here. So we have 7th house, love and partnership, and also 11th house, community and technology. So I don't know if there is somebody who works that you work with or that works together with you and someone else that are like together, like a married couple, or maybe they're secretly dating and no one knows, or they're just real chummy. If it's not a love, like romantic love, it might be more platonic, like soul sister, soul brother kind of love. Like they're like best friends or something. It could be like that. I don't know. To me, it feels like though that you, because we're asking for words of advice and wisdom, and this comes out for you, could even be that you're again with that possible friendship or just a strengthening of a bond of someone you know at work, a friend, or it could even be someone that gets hired between now and the end of the year that you really feel a connection to and you enjoy their company at work. This could be just networking more, or being a bit more chatty with certain people, maybe not other people, but just not being afraid to speak up for yourself or stand out in a crowd kind of vibe. Also, there could be some updates going on if you do work with technology or computers at work. There could be some updates or something changing to maybe software that's used at work or something like that. Could be some shifts or changes with that. Or if you are, having to utilize email or something for work, there could be just some interesting things that come through your email. Okay. I feel like we need one more. I don't know why, but I do. So we're going to go to this deck. Just any other wisdom, words of guidance or advice for Crazy Tempest. Yeah, you just leave it at work only conversation beyond that. No. Yeah, that makes sense with what's going on here. And again, just feeling like you don't really possibly have somebody, just feeling kind of left out as far as like interpersonal relationships at work. It's more business rather than personal when you do talk to people. But let's just see guidance and advice for Crazy Tempest at work the rest of the year. Yeah, we have intuition here. So going back to that indecision, or okay, there's something that I'm not seeing, but I can feel something's off, or again, trust your gut. Trust your gut with if this is something someone says and it just doesn't sit right with you, like maybe they're lying, maybe they're trying to throw someone under the bus, that kind of vibe. There might be something going on with that, but trust your intuition at work the rest of the year, because it will serve you much better than trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt when they don't really deserve it. All right. So I hope that resonated, Crazy Tempest. But yeah, I mean, as far as work being like the most exciting place for you to go and to be between now and the end of the year, probably not. But at the same time, I see that you can kind of go along to get along. You can do what you need to do and then leave everything behind at the end of the day, go home and enjoy your life, detaching from work. And I would say too, don't let work follow you home. Like if you're trying to phrase emails in your head or, kind of planning your day for the next day, just try to do that more at work so you don't have to bring your work home with you and basically give your company free hours of your time by you dwelling or thinking about work when you don't need to, which we can all, depending, I guess, on what kind of jobs or work we have. Some of us can do it, others maybe don't. But yeah, if that's something you do, on the regular. It's almost like you're giving the company free time by brainstorming and trying to come up with better ideas or, yeah. So you don't have to do that. You can leave your work at the door when you clock out and be done with it for the day and then pick it up the next day. Yeah. All right. So, the Real Big John Trucking, it is your turn, my dear. Good to see you. Good to have you back. Go ahead and post your question. Let me know what you would like to know. Oh, wait, no, you already did post a question in Super Chat, so I'm going to scroll up. So, okay, John says, I hurt both of my shoulders this week, and at the same time, my knee started hurting, and I hurt my back a few days later. Haven't felt so fragile my whole life. I need to know what is going on with me. Okay. Personal share. I've been feeling weird, like joint pain myself, or like even like muscular pain in my like lower back, especially on my right side. And I keep getting the message. This is like collective and like collective energy. Like a lot of people are kind of experiencing like pains and aches and just stuff that maybe is, with just one ache or pain, it's kind of like barely noticeable. But oh, my shoulder hurts, my back hurts, my neck hurts. Like what's going on? Also, I think there's something with the changing of seasons and the weather that can sometimes affect these things. But for the most part, at least in my area yesterday, I had noticed this almost like grid-like cloud pattern. Let me see. I don't draw it out. The whole sky was in this grid pattern, like clouds. On one end of the sky, it was really long, big, kind of gritty-looking clouds like this. I'll draw them out like that. Like grid, like all the way across like the western part of the sky, just grid. And then on the other side of the sky, it was smaller little grids, like this, and then it's like within the time it took us to leave our house, drive the kids to golf camp, and then us go for a bit of a walk, and then I dropped my husband back up at home so he could log on his computer to help some guy at work. And then I went back to pick up the kids. So it was like about 40 minutes worth of time. The whole sky had just whited out. It completely whited out. And it was blue sky minus all those weird grid clouds. So they're doing some, to me, like the grid type stuff is like a pulsing energy. Like, yeah. So I don't know if you know like about like weather modification, all that fun stuff. I mean, trigger words. I don't want to maybe say certain things just so the shadow banning police won't get on me here at YouTube. But that also could be part of it if you are having weird, when they shoot these frequencies or however it is that they do to create these things, it doesn't just affect the weather, it also affects the plants, the animals, the people. And the Wheel of Fortune came out in reverse. So to me, this feels like a dumping of past karma as well. So it almost feels like there's a very, maybe not so physical root to why you're having all these bumps and aches and pains and stuff. And especially with multiple ones, there's really no discernible physical reason for all this. Like, we could say, oh, maybe I slept wrong, or, I did lift that chair the other day, whatever. But for the most part, this to me is feeling like just a culmination of something that is purging your energy field in a good, like this could be a good thing. Of course, when we're feeling pain, we're not thinking it's a good thing at all. But to me, it does feel like a good thing because it's a clearing of past energy you don't need to be carrying around anymore. But let's see, we have an ad running, so sorry, and my apologies for that. Oh, your wheel is your card in numerology. Yeah, it felt it was not physical. Well, there you go. There's your like definite clarification and validation that, yeah, this is a clearing that is most likely can be kind of triggered by these external events, but ultimately it's brought on by your higher self or your spirit to allow this heavier, dense baggage to clear your energy field. So I don't feel like, you're going to have like long-term issues with any of what you've described in your super chat. So I think you're going to be, clearing this out, and let's see anything else, any other messages resulting. Yeah. Literally what we were just talking about, your higher self orchestrating this, things we don't maybe understand in a physical, like even logical sense, that just things from beyond the veil that we don't really or can't really wrap our heads around. Really does feel that way to me. But of course, also this can be a part of intuition. So really utilizing your intuition, or how you were thinking about certain things, because they might be factors in why you're feeling this way. And with the Knight of Wands, it's a pretty quick moving energy, feeling very passionate and driven to make a change or make something happen. So I think with your own intention to move through this pain that you're in currently and have been, it's going to be able to move along much faster that way. So yeah, you can be in charge of moving this pain along at a quicker rate. And of course, even just asking your body or your higher self or what have you, what is this pain trying to show me? Because you might get some new answers. And of course, using your intuition to discern what those answers might be can really benefit you. So let's see, anything else John needs to know about these aches and pains. And let me just make sure I'm phrasing your question right. I'm not missing anything. Yeah, what's going on with you? Yeah, I think we've mostly touched on it, but let's just see any words of advice or wisdom to get this pain to just move along so you can be feeling a lot better. Yeah, stop. Old karma clearing. Didn't we already say that? Yeah. So yeah, we're now already repeating ourselves with the question. So the question has been answered. Let's just see, because I felt like that was so fast. If just there's any other messages that need to come through, maybe not even regarding this pain, but just anything extra that needs to come through. All right. Ooh, pay attention to your dreams. But also your higher self or your spirit is really coming online in a bigger way. And of course, when that happens, the density that's in our body can act up or flare up or have to be released. So this just makes total sense. But yeah, definitely be paying attention to your dreams, or even just, I call them invasive thoughts, but a lot of times most entities will work through invasive thoughts or cause invasive thoughts. But if these are more positive, like bright idea type of invasive thoughts, that's usually your actual spirit coming through to give you advice and wisdom. So pay attention to those just out of the blue, really great epiphanies or ideas that you get, because there's some valuable pieces of information that can actually benefit your life. So awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that this isn't anything big or crazy, but if you are feeling like a trip to the chiropractor or a massage therapist or acupuncturist, if you're feeling like any of those can bring relief, or any other way that you would have pain relief, if you're feeling like doing any of those, of course, using your intuition to make choices for yourself, feel free to do what calls to you to help this pain move along. All right, so I hope that resonated, John. Thanks again for your donation. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Good to see you back. Yes, we are all hoping that you feel better soon and wishing you the best. The little heart in the corner is covering up Jessica's message. So I saw it. Okay. So yeah, we have 3 of Pentacles here too. And I didn't ask a question. We're kind of wrapping John's question up. But yeah, this is, again, working in tandem with your spirit, your thought process, and maybe, a chiropractor or some icy hot on those muscles. I don't know. Whatever feels best for you intuitively to do to help this pain move along is your best advice there. All right. So let me take another quick drink of water. And Pam, you are up, my dear. Go ahead and post your question. We're going to get right into it for you. And Pam always donates like an ungodly amount of money. So I'm going to do a slightly more in-depth question for her just because she always goes way above and beyond with her donations. Forgot I had to tip it. I'm sitting there trying to get water out. Wasn't happening. Okay. I can't seem to form a question, and I chose a random amount to donate, so I would like to see what comes out. Okay, yeah, I love that. We're going to roll with that. All right. Oh, did I skip Kirsten? My goodness, I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, sorry, Pam. I'm jumping the gun. Let's do Kirsten's question. So Kirsten, you donated, and then you had a 1 card, and Pam had donated. So you donated $22.22. Then Pam donated her high amount, and then you donated after Pam again. So I think what we'll do is we'll split the thing, split the difference here. We'll do Kirsten's full read, then Pam's full read, and then Kirsten's 1 card. So how does that sound? That's what we'll do. 1 card. I'm going to add that way. So We don't leave anyone out or make anyone wait any longer than they have to. We'll do it in the proper order that everybody had donated in. Oh, I guess I can delete the first 2 on the list. Since we've done those ones, we're cooking right through. Okay, so enter there. That's a more representative list. There we go. Okay, so sounds good. Okay, Kirsten's first question. First reading, why did my best friend decide she doesn't want to be friends anymore? And how can I make new friends? Oh, I'm so sorry. These things happen. Let's tune in. Let's find out what's going on. Why Kirsten's best friend decided she didn't want to be friends anymore. What's going on? And then we'll also ask that second part of the question if you can also make new friends. So let's tune first into the best friend and why she decided not to be friends anymore. So we have 1 card out for that. Get 1 more. And then about be able to make new friends for Kirsten. Can she make new friends? Okay, got 1 there. And 1 there. Okay, so for the first 2 cards about the best friend deciding not to be friends, we have, oh, interesting. And I don't know which way these are supposed to go, this way or this way, because I just like flipped them. But one of them was in reverse and one of them was upright. And let me intuitively just tune in. Yeah, it feels to me like the active decision to move on should be the upright because of the question. And then that would leave the 4. Yeah, it's interesting because we progressed from the 3 of Wands to the 4 of Wands. But instead of everything being a party, la-di-da, happy family, it's like she broke the contract or broke the friendship. But she actively, and I think it was over time, it wasn't just a split-second decision. There were a series of things, either she was moving in a new direction or you were, or things that were said, things that were done that just kind of added up. It wasn't one big thing that happened. It was just a lot of little nickel and dime kind of transactions with conversations, with, comments made, with, just not being able to hang out, or, if you were hanging out or what have you, something that would happen when you were hanging out. But let's tune further into what literally these things could be. She felt lied to, cheated on, or stolen from in some way, because we're really more reading into her energy and why she made her choice or decision. Could even have been, I don't know if she was friends with your ex or had heard things from your ex that kind of sealed the deal for her, that may or may not have been true. We're not saying these things that she heard were true, but just the information that she had gained led her to this decision. We also have some conflict with the 5 of Wands. She said she felt depleted around you. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. And again, it wasn't you purposely trying to drain her energy and what have you. This, I do feel, is just so much that you've been going through. Your breakup, your split, then your divorce, then, trying to make things work again, realizing it's not going to work, moving in with your parents, just all this series of events. Yes, it was very difficult for you, and she wanted to be there to support you, but I think she also had her own things going on, and she might have felt that every time you guys did reach out or you did hang out or what have you, that she didn't even get to say what she had going on or something. It was like about what was going on with you, and she would try to help or maybe give advice even if you didn't agree with it, or she might have even kind of passive aggressive comments to you about, well, you should have left him a long time ago, or things like that just kind of would leak through into the conversation. But it does feel to me like you guys did have a very strong bond at one time. It's just the chaos or the conflict, or maybe even some information that just didn't sit right with her. Again, whether it was true information or someone lied to her and told her these things about you that weren't even true, I guess would remain to be seen in a deeper reading. But that's what's coming through as far as her intention behind moving on from what was once a really beautiful friendship. Yeah, and she prefers to be alone. Yeah, I do think that might be part of it, but I think it seems to be more of an excuse of oh, it's not you, it's me. But really what she's presenting with, that was a lot of what you had going on, was just really hard for her to have, in her, not that she didn't care about what you had going on. I think she obviously did, but it was just a little too much with just everything she had going on in her day-to-day life, and it just felt like hanging out with you, which would be valid that you're going through a divorce and these major life's ups and downs and transitions and changes. It just maybe was a bit much for her to be that shoulder to cry on or that support for you, and it just kind of over time really did deplete her where you're concerned. Even when things did feel less heavy and less stressful, she still kind of carried that, around with her. When she'd see like you had texted her or called or you're hanging out, it just felt very heavy to her. Again, it's just maybe the way she's interpreting your energy. um but yeah, she said she thinks I'm a nice and we have a lot in common, but she feels no connection. Yeah. Wow. I can see there is still a connection, but again, I think she made that, again, not spur of the moment. It was kind of over time, nickel and dime transactions of the friendship that she finally did come to the conclusion. But again, there was a connection that started you guys on this path to be friends. And I think it did involve those common interests to begin with. And then just over time, life itself just became too much to then be able to sustain the relationship. And, even if it to me feels like even if you or she did allow or say, yeah, let's be friends, it's like her heart's just not in it anymore because, things that have happened. Again, it's not fully your fault. It's not fully her fault. It just feels like maybe this is just a natural progression of splitting of paths and going of separate ways. And, even if this started after your divorce, to me, it does feel like it had kind of been culminating maybe even during that time. But it was just after all of that was said and done that she finally was like, okay, I don't know that I want to do this anymore. But as far as making new friends, we have the moon and the page of wands. So I would say your best bet is to make friends or seek out people who are maybe a bit younger than you, or maturity wise they might be more young. If they are older than you, maybe maturity wise they're feeling a bit younger than you or maybe less mature than you are. Um, but to me it's about seeking out people you have like a lot in common with, for one, but for two, to me it feels like a very spiritual type of connection with this combination, but also just trusting your gut when it comes to certain people. You feel like, okay, that could be someone fun to hang out with, and trusting, tuning into your intuition if it feels good, that it probably will be a good fit as far as making new friends, especially if you are going back to school or if you're currently involved in school, or even just working stuff. You might meet someone at work, so it's somewhere where you're spending your most of your day, whether that's school or work or both. You might be meeting people that you can call like lifelong friends at your different works and school. All right, Kirsten, I hope that gives you hope that yes, there are others waiting in the wings eventually to be your friend. There just might be some healing you're doing with this connection, because it's not always easy when a friendship or relationship ends to just put yourself right back out there. So I totally get it. But yeah, maybe your group you do spell work with. Absolutely. Yeah, that moon was very witchy vibes. With the page of wands energy is someone who feels highly motivated possibly by the moon, or, witch's coven or your spell work friends. Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be a great place to start looking for sure. She also, oh wait, she literally said those exact words. She said her heart isn't in it anymore. Okay, there you go. There's your validation. She was telling the truth on that. Yeah. Oh, the little one is now in bed. What did I miss? We are doing Kirsten's, well, we just finished Kirsten's full read. Now we are moving into Pam's full, maybe slightly longer reading, because she did donate quite a pretty penny there. And then we're going to get back to Kirsten's one card read after that. And then Marlene will be on deck. And then Jamie will be on deck after Marlene. So we got all hands on deck. And of course, at some point, we've got the giveaway. That's what we're rolling with. All right. And not just the giveaway, but also the kind of drawing after the giveaway. So even if you participate in the giveaway and you don't win, even if you do win, you could still be entered into the drawing. I will write everybody who wants to be included. I will write your name on this paper. We'll put it in here and do a little drawing for a one card pull. But the person who wins the giveaway, of course, will get the more full one card read. One card. We know it's never one card with me. Unless it's a person like a one card pull, then it can tend to be a one card. But if it's a one card reading, it's never a one card. Am I confusing you yet? I'm not confusing myself. Not at all. Not at all. All right. So, Pam, just remind me that you're here. And it says you pretty much said you couldn't really form a question, but she decided to choose at random a random amount to donate and would just like to see what comes out. So let's do that. Let's see what comes out for Pam. And I'm pretty sure she's here. There she is. There she is. Okay. I want to move on to, we're going to do the after tarot for Pam. All right. What needs to come out for Pam? What needs to come out for Pam? All right. Pam. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I was going to tell you as I was shuffling, and then I'm like, no, I'll wait until I'm done. I was going to tell you that using the after tarot, these cards have a slightly more, what's the word, like progressed meaning than the traditional Rider-Waite cards or any tarot cards for that matter. So it's basically because we have 7 of Cups for you, but the person has made their choice. They've made their decision. So if you have had a lot of options or even just feeling unsure of what direction to go, maybe even some confusion about a situation or making a choice on something, very soon, if not very, very soon, I'm just seeing like very, very soon, you will make your choice or whichever confusion you're having will be alleviated. You will know what direction to turn or what route to take or what your next steps are is basically what's coming through. So if you're confused right now about someone or something, or just very undecided where to spend your time or your attention, you're getting clarity very soon. So normally this is a card of no clarity, but always at the heart of the 7 of Cups, there's hope. So even if you're feeling hopeless about a situation, very soon you will see that there's some good stuff coming in as a result of you either having an epiphany or making a choice. We have a snake, though, wrapped around as like kind of almost a belt. Snakes do represent healing, you know, as their most benign representation. They are a messenger of healing, but also there's like a tightening possibly of like purse strings or just a tightening of the budget is coming through for me because this guy's holding like all sorts of like valuable gems and jewels and stuff. But it's almost like maybe even saving money for something that feels very close to your heart. So it could be a saving of money. We also have, oop, it fell. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Okay. So we have 2 very authoritative cards that stepped right up to the plate. So the Emperor is really feeling in control or in charge of like your own finances, your own stability, your own security, your own happiness, your own all the things. And the Hierophant is a card of doing things in a traditional manner, but also this might even be about signing some sort of contract. But at the heart of the Emperor, it's about success. So you might have some success in signing a contract very soon, or if this is something you're still kind of debating or trying to figure out, it could be even more metaphorical. It doesn't have to be a literal contract, but as far as you deciding to take a leap of faith on a project or where to spend your time or signing up for a course or learning something, you're kind of sign sealing and delivering like your intention towards something. That could be, but it could be a literal signing of a contract as well. Also could involve signing a contract with something, or your husband even signing a contract with something that is going to bring more stability or more money, more security to your family in general. Because I say husband by way of the fact that the Emperor a lot of times can involve, the head of household or the father of the children, and in your case, your husband. So there could be something with that. Could even be another way we can interpret this, Pam, if there is a lot of your husband's energy in this, he's trying to make a choice as far as his own work, or I don't know if he had kind of debated or contemplated applying for a different position, either at the same job or a different job. There's so many ways just with limited information that I have about what's going on with you lately, which is almost nothing. I don't know anything about what you got going on right now. So This could mean a lot of different things, but let's see anything else Pam needs to know. Interesting. So this very well has to do with a securing of your future and finances, of assets, of investments, something like this. And normally you wouldn't want to see this Five of Pentacles in the mix when you're talking investments and money, because this is about feeling a lack. This is about feeling left out. But the fact that this is the After Tarot, help is on the way. So even if things have been tight, or you're, maybe things are going great with just your day-to-day like bills and life, but a dream that you're trying to realize feels so unattainable because it would take a lot of money or effort or time or something, because time is also money. So we don't have to just say cash money. Anything that's valuable to you could be considered currency, or money, wealth, valuables. So there is help, there is sanctuary coming for something that you really hold close to your heart. He just applied for a position he's been asked to for about a year, and he decided to take it. Tried to sell my dad's house after his passing last July. Reminds me of contract. Oh, that could be very interesting. Yeah, that makes so much sense with your husband's current work situation. But I also feel in tandem, there's also that same message that we were talking about for you personally with your energy and your decisions that is also going on at the same time. All right. You were also scammed last month and lost $14,000. Oh my goodness. And okay, this makes sense. This can be why. Why am I showing my phone? You're over here. You're there, but I'm here. Okay. This is why you're maybe tightening those purse strings and really trying to figure out a decision, or maybe even some sort of financial or legal, or even going to your bank. This would be a traditional institution, being a bank, a church, we're talking like Catholic Pope type vibes, or some sort of system that's in place. To me, banking would fit right in there, especially signing of contracts. When we, make a transaction, that's kind of like every time we do that, we're signing a contract that, yes, I'll pay this much and I will receive this good or service. So the fact you were scammed, I want to tune more into that. Personal share, I was actually scammed about that same amount at the end of 2022. And this was the representation of the lady who scammed me. She came out in my readings, even as she was scamming me, as the Queen of Swords. So this is very good clarification that you're going to be able to have some sort of, if not legal, at least financial recourse, or some way, like if you had used your credit card or like a Square service or something online, some sort of recourse, or, you won't be completely left out in the cold, because sanctuary or help is on the way. I just heard like Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way, dear. So again, and funny, because Miss Doubtfire was like a catfish-ish type thing before it was a thing, right? She was, her own kids' father, right? And pretending to be someone else just so she could spend time. I mean, it's a very innocent thing that got out of control, got out of hand. I don't know if that's even relevant to your situation, but that's what I'm seeing, like in my mind's eye. Chills, scammer. Yeah. We have taken measures legally, but this was savings for my children. That's hard. Yeah. Let's just see. I have chills too now. Wow. Let's just see, as far as these measures, or even extra measures you can take to recoup some of this loss. Wow. This is making things right. This is balance, but this is, again, the After Tarot. You're being gifted the money. Again, remember, left out in the cold energy. Help is on the way. Literally, look at that. Wow. And then also the Knight of Cups. You're going to have a sense of emotional fulfillment when this is all said and done. I mean, I think the lesson has been learned, and you will think twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times before ever falling into the same trap you fell into before. But at the same time, I think you might be able to get more back than you think right now. So there's some sort of either legal, financial, even, like when I got scammed, I got about, I'd say a little less than half of it back, because I had to do all sorts of rigmarole to get that back. But I did get about half of it back. Yeah. Definitely indication we are talking about the scam, being lied to, cheated on, stolen from energy on the back of the deck here. But as far as anything else Pam needs to know about this or anything else. Okay, so there is going to be a new opportunity. Wow. And you're going to be able to take this new opportunity the distance. So if this was some sort of investment or wanting to better yourself or your family, if that's what this money was for that you got scammed out of, or the scam itself was you trying to better your life or your education or your children's education or better your family or your life, like that's just what I keep seeing. Um, you're going to find another way to do what you had set out to do with this scam, but in another way that's actually going to pay off long term for you to actually make money back on this investment, whatever this was. But there's a planning, there's a coming together, maybe even possibly with you and your husband, or you and maybe even these, the bank or a legal team of some kind coming together to make a plan to move forward. Wow. Wow. Yes, valuable lesson. I appreciated. Anything else Pam needs to know about this or just anything else that wants to pop up? Okay, so I can see some indecision about possible travel. So I don't know if you had something planned that fell through or at last minute or maybe even way before it had happened that you decided not to do. Funny, I'm thinking now about we were trying to make a plan early in the summer for you to come up and hang out with me and my sister. For those that don't know, Pam actually personally knows my sister. I've never met Pam in person, but my sister knows her in person. They used to be neighbors. But this to me feels like a different thing. That's not what that's talking about. But yes, you still got to plan to make a trip up here so we can hang out. But yeah, this just to me feels like some sort of trip or travel, feeling bored in life. Oh, you did up in Montana. I was in Butte out of service. Oh no! If I knew you were, we went through Butte. Let's see, what weekend was it? It was like 2 weeks before school started. It was like August sometime. I could tell you if I go over here. I was through there. We didn't stop there, but I went through there. We went up to the Lewis and Clark Caverns up by Bozeman area, and then we went down to Yellowstone. What weekend? Well, the date we were at the caverns was, okay, so it was August 24th. So it was a week before school started. And then there was one more weekend and then school, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. So this was the weekend before the last weekend before school. That's when I was in the area, but yeah. Oh man, I wished I'd have known that. I'd have literally driven over there. Even if I could just hug you for like 2 seconds, I would have. I'm glad though that you still did get to come up. But there might be another trip, and again, it doesn't have to be up this way. It can just be a solo, like hermit trip where you're just learning or discovering something about yourself. And it doesn't even have to be an expensive trip. It can just be a night away at, oh, that was the same time you were there. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Pam? Anyone get the Office reference? When Roy is like, you kidding me, Pam? Oh my goodness, that's so funny. We could have crossed paths and not even knew it on the interstates or what roadways. Okay. Anything else? This came out in reverse. So the fact that you're just kind of feeling a bit bored with life. I love The Office. Oh, it was unplanned by my husband. Oh, I love it. That was what ours was. Well, it was unplanned by me. My husband knew. He just planned it. It was like, get in the car, we're going. He kind of always ends up doing that because I'm like the worst at planning unless like no set in stone. Okay, this is the dates and where we're staying. He usually ends up doing all the fun planning stuff that he totally hates. But well, maybe he says he hates it. I think he secretly likes it a little more than he's letting on. But or planned, but I became aware of it a week before. Nice. But just kind of tuning in when I was shuffling these, I was kind of just tuning in how you're saying you're just kind of feeling bored in life. Well, the fact that this is, when it's upright, it's like this is rock bottom, bottom of the barrel. Things can't get worse. It came out in reverse though, but again, being after tarot, it's like they're cleaning up the mess from. It really does feel like the rebirth part of maybe a death card energy. So there will be a rebirth coming for you very soon, Pam. That doesn't feel like, you have to lose anything to get this inspiration. It just feels like you're coming out of the crypt of boredom. you know. So more inspiration. And if you did miss the beginning part of the live stream, I did a collective reading, and I think this is really speaking back to the energy we tuned in, because I include anybody who watches that either now live or on the replay. I always include everyone who wants to be included's energy in that reading. So that might resonate with you. If you did miss that, you can watch that. And then justice. Yeah. So again, kind of circling back to your initial question, or the initial thing that came out about the, and then with scam, again, justice being served. So there will be a balance. Sometimes I will say, when we are learning a valuable lesson from being scammed, a lot of times we won't get everything back, because we do have to somehow pay monetarily for that lesson that we learn. But again, there will be more, you're getting more back in your pocket than you're thinking of right now, or that you have already recompensated that has already been recompensated to you. There will be more coming back to you, if not literally because of the bank getting part of the money back. It could be coming back to you in another way, because it doesn't always come back. Once that money is gone, sometimes it is gone. But again, it's like the universe or the energies find another way, or a different way, to bring that lump of money back in a different way sometimes. So, you lost 6 family members after your dad passed, and you've been feeling the weight has lifted. Oh, good. And that could be part of that death energy of just the cleanup of all those losses going on. And, even just this kind of recent boredom of life. Things are just looking up much better now for you. It feels like, energetically speaking, that heaviness of all that loss is just kind of lifting. Doesn't mean you're not ever going to grieve these people again or feel sad by the loss of their presence. But at the same time, it's not going to be such the heavy weight that it has been. Yeah, wow. 2 more major arcana energies here. So we have, of course, the Hermit. So this, again, really does speak to this like hermit trek or pilgrimage to somewhere that feels like a place you can really maybe get in tune with nature. Again, even if it's in your local area and you just book some Airbnb for a night or a weekend, or, maybe you're still staying where you're at, but you're spending some time, kind of solo in your own energy, in Mother Nature, and somewhere around you. But then the Fool, again, I'm so, drawn to the mountains, and I know you have a beautiful view of the Ruby Mountains where you're at. So maybe you're going somewhere high up across from the Ruby Mountains, so kind of opposite the Ruby Mountains, that you could still get kind of high up to really get a vantage point. And that could be a really great place for you to think and gain some insight, gain some knowledge about, where you're heading next. All right, anything else that needs to come through for Pam? And for anyone wondering, I'm giving Pam a slightly longer than normal reading because she donated for a few readings. Let's just put it that way, with her very generous donation. So anything else? Scotland! Yeah, the other side of your family's ranch. Oh, wow, there we go. Scotland would be awesome, wouldn't it? Well, look at this, that death and rebirth energy. The 8th house itself is popping in with transformation. But the way you're going to transform, the way you're going to take that leap of faith in your next endeavor, part of it just really is still a mystery, left to be unwrapped or unfurled by you, So I don't think this reading is going to give away all the secrets of your future or anything like that. But on the back of the deck, we have victory, riding into victory, finally having that reward, recognition for all the work, all the effort you've put in, all the grief, all the sadness of the past. There's now like a respite from all of that, and actually feeling some happiness. Not to say there weren't moments of happiness throughout, the loss of all those other 6 family members, and, the loss of your dad and everything. But there's going to be more consistent happiness is really what I see. And then, wow. Yeah, like freeing yourself from your own mental binds, because King of Pentacles is here. Ooh, you have the lower and the higher octave of the devil. You have the devil and then the lower octave of the devil, but this person is cutting away the binds. And this to me feels almost like your own higher self or your own spirit coming in to cut those like mental binds that are keeping you in past energy. And that element of just feeling stuck and stagnant for a while or in grief for a while, that patience that you were having to endure, it's now time to reap some benefit of that harvest. You don't have to wait as much anymore. And then with that King of Pentacles, this is about, having a bit of a Midas touch in everything that you are focused on or really putting your time, effort, love, and attention into. Be this your family, be this a project, be this work, be this whatever. Wherever it is you're putting your focus and your gentle, motherly, loving touch, you're really helping, humanity. You're helping your family. You're helping people. You're helping yourself. You're helping the world in very little way. It might feel very little to you, but every little bit of energy and intention we put into helping ourselves even can really help humanity. Because when we try to work to better ourselves, we can only better humanity as a whole because we're part of that. So, wow, very powerful reading coming through for you, Pam. So this might be something you want to watch back because we did get quite a bit coming out. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to have to check next. Oh, Kirsten's one card is next. You're so welcome. It feels like a fun hangout sesh, just hanging out with Pam. I've missed you. I hope you've been having, it sounds like you've been a little blah with life, but hopefully things are looking up very soon for you, Pam. It's always a pleasure to see you and have you here. But yeah, hang out if you want, because we're still also doing another giveaway and the drawing at some point as well. Aw, Jessica's so sweet. Wishing Pam the best of luck and hope everything improves quickly. So sweet, Jessica. You're always there with the very mindful, helpful messages for everybody. So Kirsten's one card read. And then on deck is Marlene with a one card and then Jamie with a one card. I'm going to check my email, make sure we're up to date on that list. Okay, so Kirsten, and then, wait, am I missing something here? Marlene, then Kirsten with a one card, then Kirsten with another one card. So two, okay, so 2 one card. Okay, so we did that one. Wait, I'm going to make sure I'm up to date here. No. Okay, I am not up to date because a couple of you have donated a few times, and that's what kind of confused me. So we had Jamie, and then Crazy Tempest again with a full read. And then Marlene again with another one card. Am I seeing things correctly? Yeah. So either Marlene wants 2 one cards or a full read. Let me know. Before I completely confuse myself, I'm going to start writing these down. So Crazy Tempest coming in hot on the heels of Jamie's donation with another full read. And then, let's see. Okay, so Kirsten has her question. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. We'll get right into it very, very soon. Oh, you bought 3 more one card read. Gotcha. Okay. That really remedies my confusion over here. Thank you. Yeah, because sometimes if you do like 2 11 cards, 2 11 readings, sometimes people want that combined into one fuller read, or sometimes they do want the 2 one cards. I never know. So your clarity does help me a lot, Kirsten. Thank you for that. So then Kirsten with 2 more one cards, of course, after this one, after Marlene, Jamie, and Crazy Tempest. So I'm getting everybody in the order that they donated, even if it's been multiple times, if that makes sense. 2, 1. And then I saw Marlene again. So Marlene, one card. Unless she wanted to roll those into a full read, let me know, and I can do that. And then, yes, there's Kirsten's 2. Okay, so we have Kirsten's already one card, and then 2 more one cards. Just making sure I'm not 3. Okay, so we're at 3. Because this is a one card that you donated for before Marlene that we're getting into now. But then I have another 22, 22, and 11, 11 from Kirsten. So that equals 3 after this. Okay, 4 total, 5 total, if we want to count your first donation. Okay, I just making sure I'm not gypping anybody on what they have donated for. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so 3 1 card readers, and then Marlene with 1 card. Okay, tell me it's correct. Oh, there should be 4 1 cards total. Okay. Yes, yes. So we have 1 card that we're diving into now, and then the remaining 3 1 cards. Yes, that's what I have. So check my work on this, you guys. Make sure I got everything where it needs to be. And I'll remove the old list to clear our confusion. Okay. But that's my most up-to-date list. That's all right, Kirsten. We're here for it. So let's dive in. Kirsten's first of the 4 remaining 1 card reads is... Yes, I will definitely put you in the drawing, Pam. But when I do the giveaway, I'll ask for names. But I pretty much will write down anybody who's here that wants one, wants put into the drawing. But let's see. I did see Kirsten. Okay, what are Vikrant's? Okay, I hope I'm saying the name right. Intentions with me. Okay, let's find out what are Vikrant's intentions with Kirsten. Find out. Okay. Ooh, we have the Page of Swords. It's in reverse. So if he has recently pulled back his... Okay, there's a couple ways I can interpret this. So he's either recently pulled back his communication to you, or the communication is somehow different than it had been. Or maybe the mode of communication, if you had been texting a lot, now he's calling. Or if you've been hanging out in person a lot, now maybe it's instead put onto texts. There's a few ways we can interpret this energy, but let's just see. Communication is changing, and it might even feel more one-sided than it has been. So if he had been really forthcoming, now he's maybe pulling back a bit with that. Let's just see what's going on. We'll pull some clarifiers here. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. You're maybe feeling ghosted a bit, or if it's not completely ghosted, you're just feeling like he's pulled back in some regard. Or just maybe not being as chatty or as forthcoming with like information or communication with you. If that hasn't been the case yet, it might kind of start coming into that very soon, because we're kind of just reading on his current to recent past to near future energy, and those energies always feel very similar to me when I tune in. So what I might be calling recent past, you might say, no, that didn't happen yet, and it might just be near future, or vice versa. Let's see. But ultimately, what are Vikrant's intentions with Kirsten? Okay, so we have Temperance. So to me, it feels like balance. Like there's a need for some balance here. So the relationship might be more one-sided than balanced at this time. But as far as his intentions go, is he wants it to be a bit more balanced. So whatever that means, however it is out of balance, he wants it to be more balanced. He said he wanted a non-serious relationship with me, and now he wants a casual, also has time for friends and everything else, but not for me. Okay, this makes total sense. So especially him pulling his energy back and maybe wanting to put more time and effort into friends and just his other obligations, commitments, work, family. It's like he's not leaving as much time for you. So maybe he at one point felt he was giving you a lot of time and now wants to kind of pull some of that energy back and is now maybe not giving you as the time that you wanted. We have the World. It did come up in reverse though. So normally when the World is upright, this can indicate an end to the relationship. But the fact that it's kind of like reverse, it kind of landed in my lap reversed. I'm kind of seeing this as like a rewind. Like you're going back maybe, and because this is his attention or energy toward you or his intention toward you, he might be going back and thinking of like the highlights of your friendship or your, whatever you were, situationship, and kind of maybe having some second thoughts about pushing you away. But at the same time, I would say as far as him like coming to you tomorrow and saying, I want to be your boyfriend or I want to commit to you, I don't see that happening full out, but he might have some thoughts about that. But at the same time, if you're just kind of like not sure what to do moving forward, this is going to be your chance to kind of maybe pull your energy back and really decide what you want to do. Yeah, he's okay. So he says he is crazy for me though, like a huge crush. And I can feel that because you know, especially with the world in reverse, it's like he can't just say bye, Felicia, and walk on. Like he's still got a lot of like thoughts and energy directed toward you. So I can totally see that. Let's get one more. Just anything else Kirsten needs to know about the future of this connection and specifically with his intention. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, which, you know, upright can indicate victory, but when it's in reverse, a lot of times it might be a false victory, or there just might be more time, you know, to realize what's going on here before there is a victory. Could even look like a defeat, or maybe you're deciding to go in another direction. There's a few ways we can interpret this, but for the most part, I feel like you'll make a choice. Either you decide, let's just be friends and, you know, we can flirt or whatever, but yeah, I don't really care to have anything too serious with you either if you're not serious about me, but, you know, maybe we still like each other. Or quite possibly you're just deciding to move in a new direction as far as a crush on someone else or just wanting to focus on yourself. So that's a couple of ways this can play out. Yeah, he claims to have more time with me with the year. Oh yeah, he does think about you all. I can see that. He's definitely thinking about you more than you know. So if he's already admitting, yeah, I think about you a lot, he probably thinks about you way more than you think. But as far as him claiming how more time in a year, maybe not. I guess time will tell. But I think if it does take a year for him to be able to be more on and popping in your life, you'll probably have moved on by then. Again, maybe you could still be friends, but I think crush-wise, you'll have moved on by then. So it might kind of make his crush null and void by then. Yeah, but I hope that resonated. Yeah, I definitely see he's still got some attention and feelings, but again, you may not feel like you're getting the attention you want, where maybe before you were and now you're not. I can totally see that. All right, Marlene. Marlene is next, and she wants a full card reading. Okay, perfect. So go ahead and post your question, Marlene. We're gonna get right into that for you. Let me just make sure I'm on this proper schedule here. And I did see someone else donated, so we'll update that list while we wait for Marlene's question. So, okay, Marlene's other one card we can delete because she wanted a full read. Perfect. Marlene's full read. We've taken care of one of 4 of the one card reads for Kirsten just now. So we have 3 remaining for her at the tail end of my list. So we have Marlene, full read. Jamie with a 1 card, Crazy Tempest full read, and Kirsten 3 1 card reads. And then someone else had donated during Kirsten's reading. So let's see. And it's Pam again. Pam. Awesome. Yeah, so we will add Pam on to the end of the list yet again with a full read. So Pam, 5, full read. Okay. Boom. There's our full list. Okay. Take a quick drink and we'll get into Marlene's question. Oh, you have a wonderful night, Linda. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yes, I'm gonna write those 2 ladies down because they were with us pretty much this whole time. So I'm writing down the usernames, not your Linda's name is her username. So, but Passmore 5 and then Linda H. Anyone else that's here that has to go, let us know. And I won't make you wait for the drawing. I will just put you in. So we got these 2 that I'll leave out for now, but when I write everybody else's, we'll add all of them at the same time. How's that sound? Okay. So, you need to clean up before getting ready for work. I'm not back in the time. You can chip on Kirsten's 3. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, just let us know when you get back, Crazy Tempest, and we will. And of course, if you wanted to leave your question and I could timestamp it for you, and that way the question could get answered and you wouldn't have to worry about when you came back, I can always do that as well. No worries there. Okay, so Marlene says, hi, Amanda. My uncle just moved to my same city, 5 minutes away. He's been calling lately for questions about real estate, and now he's reaching out just to get together. Should I be worried? I only say this because he had a sketchy past and tends to lie. But I am uneasy to get too close. Okay, let's tune in. I would always say trust your intuition in things like this or situations like this. And if you are feeling a bit sketchy or like wondering what's going on with this, always have like a friend with you or your husband with you or somebody that's like, an adult with a phone that could, do something if, not that it would probably come to that, but, just for your own peace of mind and safety and well-being would probably be your best bet. But as far as, meeting up with him, I would say always do it like maybe in a public place. So, there's no, I'm like, there's witnesses around. Like, I don't think anything's going to come to that. You know what I mean? But as far as you maybe not wanting his energy in your home, that is completely understandable. Or if his past maybe involved theft or something like that, just having the peace of mind and not having him possibly stealing something from your home, that could just play a big role in your peace of mind by meeting somewhere in public. But as far as your question goes, let's get into it. Uncle, should she be worried? Yeah, it's more like legal trouble, not really physical scared. Yeah, for sure. And I wasn't seeing like you needed to like protect yourself or anything. No. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Page of Swords. I can see definitely there's some, bit of troubled past, especially when he was young. Teenagers, early 20s. I'm not sure how old the guy is now or when the last time he did something legally kind of not great was. But to me, it does feel like for the most part, it is in his past, or he's trying to leave it in his past. But let's just see. Yeah, justice. Yeah, I don't know if he did serve jail time or had to pay fines or there was some sort of legal something or other. But I could definitely see that he may have, it did affect him in a way that he now has to kind of come back from that, So I can totally see that. Oh, he did go to jail. Yeah, I can see that. As far as Marlene, should she be worried about getting together with this uncle, especially talking real estate and just reaching out? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which this is, upright. You would normally have to be putting a lot of effort, time, focus into something. But the fact that it's, reverse, I feel like it doesn't feel like he's got a hidden agenda or anything. I think he might literally be interested in real estate and of course is reaching out for your expertise. And if he does want to get together again, it might be for gain of your expertise or to get some, advice on the real estate market. But as far as like nefarious thoughts or ideas, I don't see anything like that coming out. Yeah, King of Cups. He just feels maybe a bit emotionally disconnected from certain family members and is trying to make things a bit right, or at least as right as he can. And just getting to know you and you getting to know him. Yeah, you don't know too much about him and the details on his past. But the fact this did come out in reverse, it feels like there is like an emotional disconnect between the two of you. So that's why maybe you're kind of questioning or you're feeling like, why now? Why is he reaching out now? This kind of feels weird. But I can definitely see that there is a part of him that wishes he had done things differently or had deeper connections with those in the family. It is like he is trying to turn over a new leaf, but he still might be a bit emotionally unbalanced for the fact that the regularly emotionally balanced king came out in reverse. So it might just be difficult for him to express emotions as well. And then the Eight of Wands, something quick moving. So you're going to know pretty quickly like what he wants from you. Again, it does feel like he does want expertise or advice, knowledge about real estate. I don't know if he's talking about hiring you or this is just more of a, I need some advice. Can you help me out? But for the most part, there is a purpose behind him wanting to connect. And again, it does feel very much related to, what it is he's asking you, which is, about the real estate and stuff. He does ask her a lot of random questions. I can see that. He might even shift from like one topic to another. And it's almost like whiplash, like conversational whiplash is kind of how that feels. Okay, he's working with other real estate or realtors and lenders. Okay. But again, there might be just nuggets of information or wisdom knowledge that he's wanting to gain from you. But it does feel very purposeful why he's reaching out for you. So it's not just not just because he feels, some sort of regret about the past. That could be part of it. But again, it doesn't feel like that's the only reason. It's more about, how can I get some information, knowledge, wisdom, but yet at the same time, maybe see about connections here. But I don't think that his pure, like full intention is just to reconnect and, like be your favorite uncle or anything like that. Yeah. Oh, he's working with, yeah, I read that part. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, he's definitely looking to invest in stuff. So I don't think he's being shady as far as all that goes. I think he's being pretty upfront with what he wants to talk about and all that. See any other words of advice, wisdom, knowledge that needs to come through. Yeah. And again, just communicating what he needs, what he wants, what he's thinking. And even if that does kind of at times bridge into more family territory where he does want to talk about, and remind me, is this the same uncle, or is this uncle in the same family of your Uncle Juan that passed away? Because there might be some like just past history or knowledge that you might gain if that is the case. Yeah, because he doesn't speak with the full truth. Yeah, and that could be, it could be that, but this is the thing. What I'm seeing is him like having a conversation, but he's got like a huge tell. Okay, that makes sense. Juan's older brother. Yep, this makes total sense. If he is trying to maybe just say a half truth or not give the full information, especially when you're face to face with him, it's going to be very easy for you to intuitively pick up when he's, again, maybe only speaking half truths or not giving the full information of something. It's going to be pretty obvious in his both verbal and nonverbal communication, body language for sure. It's going to really stick out. And I think that this really is like a big brother, younger sibling energy here. So he might have some, what you can gain from this is maybe he tells some, funny stories or, family stories about your Uncle Juan that you had never heard, or, just maybe even having a connection because you were both, even if he wasn't close to Uncle Juan or, and you're not close to this uncle, I still see there is a family connection or link that you can benefit from, Marlene, just by, corresponding with him. But I don't feel like he's out to try to become your favorite uncle or anything like that. Anything else that needs to come through before we close out? Jupiter. Yeah. So he's got big ideas, and he might even, if he is going to lie about anything, it might be to the scale he's looking to invest or the money that he might have to be able to purchase real estate. I don't think it's as much as he's actually saying he has, or he might just have dreams that are bigger than what he can actually accomplish financially right now. Doesn't mean he's wrong for having dreams. I think we all have dreams, but he might be presenting facts and figures, numbers to you that maybe don't really resonate or ring true for you with what you know of him and his past and what kind of job or income he has. It just might not add up to you. But again, really, he's only going to hurt himself if he's not being fully truthful with things like that in this regard, because you would probably need the proper information to get him the proper information, right? Oh, he's told me he bought a home here, but if he used another realtor, and he's asking questions about other properties and never mentioned this. Oh, interesting. My mom says he doesn't have any money, that he just likes to talk. Okay, there you go. That could be. But he has grand ideas. He has really great ideas, actually, too, but just really no vehicle for them to actually come to fruition a lot of times. Or he might have these grand ideas, but not really be sure how to implement them or make them a reality. So he might have a lot of Aquarius in his chart, which, Aquarius is a very like out of the box type of thinking person, or he might have really great ideas or grand ideas, but they're just not grounded in reality or grounded in the actual real estate market of today's time. They're maybe a few years back. Maybe his ideas would have worked a few years back, but not so much right now with the interest rates and the stuff going on. But again, I don't see there's any real nefarious reasons he's wanting your opinion or advice or wanting to spend time with you. Again, it just does feel like he's wanting to gain knowledge, but also maybe form, and again, it might not be that he's purposely reaching out to you to form a connection or a bond like consciously, but it might be more of a subconscious desire or need because he does miss certain family dynamics that either never were or that used to be that are no longer, something like that. So I hope that resonated for you and just at least brought you some clarity on the situation at the very least. So many of these are in reverse, and I'm not the biggest fan of reading like reversals in a deck. I don't know why. I can always just tune into like if it needs to be a reversal of that card, I can usually tune in when I need to. Sometimes they throw me off when I'm actually reading. So I'm turning them all back correctly so that I can read them my way. But there are like days I'll get a wild hair like, yeah, let me shuffle half of these in reverse and see what's up. I do that sometimes. Today doesn't feel like the day though, but as they come out, I will honor them. But yeah, let's switch these right. And then, so Jamie, you are next with your one card read, my dear. Go ahead and post your question. We're going to get right into it for you. I can see that, and that's fine. If I can help him help him, that's fine. I don't want to get into any trouble. I don't even know what I'm referring to, right? Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad that helped. Yeah, sometimes we don't really know. There's just like a bit of an off vibe with something, and we can't quite put our finger on why or how or who or what or whatever. But sometimes just having, I guess, a bit of guidance does help. Does help us calm down or whatever, you know. So, yay. All right, those are all turned back. So, oh, Kirsten's back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So yes, Jamie. Let's call out for Jamie. Jamie is next, and then we have Crazy Tempest on deck with full read, and then Kirsten for her 3, and then Pam with her full read. So I will update this list right quick. I better check though if we didn't have any other donations just to make sure. No, we're still up to date. Okay. And what we have here is probably good. As far as time and being able to still do the giveaway and stuff. So anyone else hoping to donate, maybe hold off until Friday so we can get these done and still have time for our giveaway. Because we're encroaching about 10 minutes. We'll be at the 2-hour mark. I like to keep these, and with what we have now and being able to do the giveaway, definitely another hour will definitely take care of that, but I don't probably want to be going too far past the 3-hour mark as far as an evening live stream, because then I get tired. I mean, I guess that's the point of it. Nighttime is to wind down and get tired, but yeah. All right. So of course we still have our giveaway and our drawing. Boom. That's what we're working with. And it's still so weird to me that the chat just did not show up on the studio tonight. So we are on my other phone screen here. Okay. Oh, Naija's back. She's just eating. I ate like a very small dinner. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Very nutritious. So I'm already like getting hungry, and I normally try not to eat like after 7, 8, 9 o'clock, but I might have to have a little snack before bed tonight. Maybe I'll make a bag of popcorn or something. I don't know. That kind of sounds good. All right. So Jamie, last call for Jamie, and then we'll move on to Crazy Tempest. Of course, when Jamie pops back in, we'll honor her question. She might have, who knows, maybe she mentioned something about having to go earlier. I'm not sure. She could have, and I just maybe didn't see it. I don't know. I know she's got the babies, so she might be putting babies to bed and stuff. I know I hadn't had a PB&J in a minute. I've been having a lot of peanut butter and honey sandwiches. That's been like a kick the kids have been on here at the house, and we have our own beehives, so I harvested, not like I personally went out and harvested, but like my husband harvested the honey, not from our hive yet, but it's from last spring's honey harvest that I have. Sorry, not last spring, last fall. Gosh, I can't even think. We still have some left. Not a lot, but a little. And we're going through it, and then now we'll be harvesting that. Yeah, peanut butter and banana is another hit. Yeah, my father-in-law will do peanut butter, honey, cinnamon, and sometimes he'll also do peanut butter, honey, cinnamon, banana. Yeah, but this is the guy though that would do peanut butter, pickle, and banana sandwiches. I don't know. I mean, I've never had one, so I can't judge, but it doesn't sound great. Peanut butter, pickle, and honey. Oh no, you're allergic to it. Oh no. Right, pickle? I'm like, what are you, pregnant? Where are we at? We are at Jamie for a 1 card, but she has not responded to my calls, so we can skip to Crazy Tempest's next question. So Crazy Tempest, you can go ahead and post your question, and then if Jamie comes back at any point, we will just slot her in at the next available slot since she's at the top of the list, if that makes sense. So boom, there is what we are working with. Let me delete the previous one because it just clutters everything up if I post it too often. There we go. Nose is itching again. Good luck coming someone's way. You'll take his word for it. Same. I think I'm with you on that. Yeah. Oh, peanut butter honey on sourdough. Yeah, that's like the only kind of bread we buy. Most of the time. Sometimes we'll buy, well, even the folded sandwich, like hoagie bun type things we buy are sourdough as well. I love sourdough. It's like my favorite favorite bread. Yeah. Yum yum. Yeah, sourdough toast specifically is so good. I might even make that for breakfast tomorrow. Thank you for the memo, Jessica. Peanut butter, honey, and sourdough on toast. Not just bread, but on toast. Not as a sandwich, but as a toast. That's what I'm going to do. Yes. Yum. I've never made my own sourdough. I've always wanted to, but I never have. We've made our own kombucha. We've made our own kimchi. We've made our own all sorts of other things, but just not the sourdough yet. I guess I missed that like COVID trend of everybody staying home and making sourdough. Instead, since I think it's 2018, 18 or 19, we started making kombucha. Although we haven't done it for probably a year and a half, and I miss it. I loved it. We went and bought, just like at the store, the what's the brand? The main brand you see at the store, GTS, I think is the brand. Kombucha, and we would drink those and rinse the bottle and keep the bottle, and we just would reuse those bottles over and over for like 3-4 years. And then probably a year and a half ago, we threw most of those away, and we're just like, yeah, like the lids were just not staying tight anymore because we had used those bottles over and over and over. But my favorite homemade kombucha thing that we would make was pomegranate. So you just buy like the pomegranate juice and do it that way. After you have your kombucha batch and all of that's ready, then when it sits its first 11, I gotta remember correctly, it's been a while. I think it's 11. Yeah, we did 11 days just to brew like the kombucha batch. Once we'd have it in the big jar, we'd pour that at day 11 into all the bottles, and then that same time we'd add the 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice to every bottle. And then you wait 4 more days on that in the dark closet, and then you bring it out and put it in the fridge. And it was so fizzy and just sweet enough, and it was so good. Oh man, I'm just wanting to get back on that kombucha train. So good. Oh, you love that brand, Nyasha. That's awesome. Oh, it didn't work out. You want to make some kombucha? Yeah. We just ordered the scobies for that. The SCOBY is like the little fungus thingy disc that actually is alive. It's alive. And it eats the sugar you pour into it. So you think when you're making the initial batch, like, oh my gosh, this is so much sugar that I'm putting in here. But no, the SCOBY, the little fungus guy, eats the sugar to create the fermentation and the fizziness. Yeah, it's a whole fun thing. Yeah, but we tried it. We had tried it and then stopped and then tried it again and then stopped 2 times. And this last time, most recent time, it was like less than a year ago. The batch just never turned out, and then we just kind of forgot about it, and it sat in our closet. I mean, it doesn't go bad; it just keeps fermenting, whatever. But because it was over this past summer, we did it in the I think late winter. But this summer, I realized like the liquid in there was only down to this, so. Then the summer happened and it just completely evaporated out of there. So our SCOBY died. I felt so bad. Scooby-Doo, that's what we called him. All right. So, Crazy Tempest, let's get into your question. I'm on a ramble. Okay, here we go. Crazy Tempest question. Ran into someone that's on a friend's social media. I keep having a feeling that her and me will be good friends. How is this going to work? How come I have that weird feeling? Yeah, I think you just probably have a strong intuition about it, but let's just see how how um how this will go. If you will become good friends, if there's a potential for you to become good friends with this girl. Okay, so this is pretty much a good sign. This is Eight of Swords, but you're being cut from the ties from the past. So especially if like per your question, it's on a friend's social media. So if you're not like the best of friends with this person who you found this other person from, that doesn't matter. That's really what I see here. Or if you felt like, you trying to keep down your friends zone like to people who are gonna benefit you and you benefit from them, um, or just had it falling outs with friends in the past. This is indication that things will be moving in a better direction than they had in the past. Maybe certain friends. So this girl's name is Brooke. Okay. So we have an ad coming in about 9 seconds. So hopefully this doesn't take you away. Maybe we take a quick little pause so I don't cut off your question mid ad or something. Okay. And we have an ad and I can skip it in about 1 second. So, okay. Hopefully we're all back. I don't know if it gives skippable ads to everybody or if there's certain people that have to watch the full 15 whatever seconds. But anyway, Crazy Tempest. This girl's name is Brooke. Let's get out of that. Okay. And potential to be friends with this girl. Okay, so the Hanged Man, again, there might be some, I don't know if the word resistance is correct or just maybe even worry on your part about making this a thing because of maybe a past friendship or a past experience. But I love that we're using the After Tarot in this and getting the Hangman because there's like a nurturing. What you feed will grow. So if you put a lot of time, effort, and attention into this, relationship with this acquaintance, Brooke, that then becomes a friendship, it almost has no choice but to become a friendship because I think you have enough in common that you can at least maintain a friendship, if not a deeper connection. As far as a deeper friendship or more of like a soul connection type of friendship. But let's just see specifically for Brooke and the potential of this future relationship. Yeah. Again, too, there's this element of closing out past cycles with other friendships that maybe didn't work out or friendships that fizzled out, but maybe nothing really went wrong, but they fizzled out. And maybe that's even your worry at times is getting close to someone and then them just kind of fading away. So there might be some lessons or karma or just things you're closing out, clearing out to be able to make room in your life for this new friend, Brooke. Might even be that you're traveling together somewhere or there's some place that you both are just like, oh my gosh, I want to go there. Oh, I want to go there too. Oh my goodness. There's something you're bonding over, maybe even with travel. Maybe she's even into the van life thing, travel vibes. Or eventually you guys travel together. There could be something like that. Let's just see. Future of this friendship. Okay. Yeah, more travel. Literal travel card right here. Yeah. And not just going on the travel, but having a lot of fun. Or you're going on a trip and then coming back and your relationship really takes off. There's some, whether you're traveling together or you're each traveling on your own, doing your own thing, and then coming back to wherever it is you're at, there's this element of travel kind of kicking off this relationship in some way, or even just your, like, both of your love of travel or van life or, I don't know, some area, some place you both want to visit that's kind of drawing you together. There's that element of that. Oh, she lives in the same state as you. Awesome. Yeah. So you definitely could even be traveling back and forth. Like you're traveling to meet her one week or weekend, and then she's traveling to meet you. And you're finding fun things to do and plans to make and places to go. Yeah. Working together. So you might even, like, again, take one of these common things that you both enjoy doing and, working together with something. That could be like literal travel together. Again, we could really put it as most literal as these cards are trying to be. Or you're working toward a common goal together on a project together. Or again, this project itself could be the friendship. So it doesn't have to be anything outside of the friendship. It just could be the fact that you are working together for this friendship, and it's a mutually beneficial friendship, and you both enjoy the friendship equal amounts. It's not like one person's like, oh, her again. No, you both are enjoying a connection here. But again, it's built upon something. So you kind of start out as the acquaintance, and you back and forth, and then it becomes something greater at some point. Anything else about Brooke and Crazy Tempest friendship? Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. So again, doesn't have to be romantic love, but this to me feels like there's a deeper heart connection between you and her, or you both just love a lot of the same things. Another way we can interpret this, or just this love for life, love for travel, love for just really feeling a connection with what you're doing, what you love, who you love, where you're going. There's a lot of commonalities that you guys can draw upon to create a pretty stable friendship if you want to put in the work, put in the effort. Because every single relationship, it does take that back and forth of, hey, how are you today? Oh, I'm good. What's going on in your life? Oh, this is going on. That's going on. Building a rapport with someone, getting to know someone. It's almost like, dating someone, but in a different way, right? Yeah, it does take two. And I think that's any real solid friendship or relationship of any kind. It does take a give and a take and a back and a forth with both parties. Not just one person can carry on their shoulders the conversation and the connection. And if that is the case, it just fizzles out usually, or it feels like a burden to one or the other. But for the most part, this feels pretty balanced of a friendship that you're both wanting to, reach out and hang out and communicate. Like, communication is definitely key. So maybe you're texting each other, like, oh, I heard about this, or did you see that? Or, oh my gosh, you got to hear this funny story, or look at this funny meme. You're like in a lot of communication with each other. So if that's not the case already, it can be the case, you kind of back and forth, reach out to her, she reaches back out to you, kind of back and forth like a tennis game. And it doesn't feel like overwhelming, or like one person's just like blowing up someone's phone and the other person's like, oh my God, stop. No, it feels very balanced to me. All right. Any other words of advice or wisdom with Crazy Tempest and this potential possible new friend, Brooke? Yeah, we have Aries. So that is like starting that new energy and creating something, starting something new, starting something fresh. The only thing with Aries, though, is at times it can kind of fizzle out. They're like and as in Vedic Aries Sun. I totally get the memo with this energy of starting all these new things, but never completely following through with something or finishing something, or you drop the ball halfway through. But again, we're kind of more tuning into like the beginning of the relationship. To have Aries energy in the beginning of a relationship is good, because it's like both people are motivated and inspired to make this relationship a thing. Anything else for Crazy Tempest before we close out? And we have Uranus, change and new beginnings. So yeah, new friendship, new vibes, new friend in town. So that's really what this feels like to me, is the beginning of something wonderful and new. Again, it's going to go as far as both of you putting your time, love, effort, attention into it, as as much as you're willing to put in is what you'll get out, and vice versa. So I hope that resonated for you and at least made you feel like, yes, this can be a thing, and don't feel too bad to have to reach out or like you're bothering her in any way. No, she doesn't see it that way. She sees this as a fun connection. All right. So, I'm dropping part of the deck here. Jamie, call out for Jamie. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the fact that you just kind of have this weird feeling that, we could be good friends. I think that is just your intuition's way of saying, yes, let's go this direction. This could be something great. Absolutely. All right, Jamie. Okay, so Kirsten, we're going to start with one of your next 3 one-card reads. So go ahead and post your first question of the bunch. We'll get into that. And of course, if Jamie pops in at any point, we can kind of tuck her into the list as we go. Okay. So Kirsten has, after this question, then 2 remaining 1 cards. We still have a giveaway. We still have Pam's reading. We still have the drawing. And there we have it. Should I join LuLaRoe? Was thinking about doing it as a side hustle and potential future business. All right. I feel like I need to change decks. We're going back to this one, crystal deck. Oh, false start. Okay, so when I shuffle, sometimes I get like a false start. So that can indicate that maybe even before now, like in the past, you had thought about doing LuLaRoe and it just either didn't work out or you didn't follow through on that thought process. That could have been the case. So let's see. For Kirsten doing LuLaRoe. I didn't even realize that was still a thing because it'd been years since I've even heard that that name, LuLaRoe. That's cool though, they're still around. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. So if this is something you're gonna do, it feels to me like a big investment. So I don't know if this is money investment or like time, effort, learning curve kind of investment, but it's not gonna be just, to me it feels like it's not gonna be just this easy side hustle, like passive income. No, this is like boots on the ground, hours worked, nose to the grindstone kind of thing. So if it's not going to be something you're passionate about, I would say probably don't do it because this is something you're going to have to spend a lot of your time, your focus, your attention to actually have it turn into something successful for you. But that being said, if you do have a passion for it and you do want to invest time, money, effort, whatever, into this endeavor, it can absolutely be successful. But it's, again, where your focus and attention and money go, your energy flow. Oh, you made friends with someone who makes good money with it. There you go. So that could be your in. But a lot of times, I don't know if LuLaRoe is considered a multi-level marketing or MLM kind of company. I don't know enough about it to know, but I know, if I remember correctly, they would do parties and stuff, or because the only time I've ever ordered them was I ordered them on eBay because I found a specific one I liked and I wanted it back in the day. And then I also bought some at like what was a German festival, a Deutsches Fest in Odessa, Washington, when I was visiting my aunt. And I saw a pair that caught my eye and I just bought them right there. So correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not like okay, it is a multi-level marketing. So sometimes with those, some people call them a pyramid scheme. Other people are like, no, you can really make money. And I'm sure there are probably 2 sides of the same or different energies with the same company. I'm sure it can go either way. They don't have restrictions on social media and advertising like others. Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of the farther you're willing to take it, the more money you can make, the more you can market yourself. Gotcha. And a good commission rate. Well, that's good. And because I haven't heard about it lately and it just hasn't been a company that's crossed my mind, it might be a good time because it might be the same thing for other people. They might have forgotten this company existed, or, oh, wow, they're still around. Oh, that's cool. That could be the in for you to like show the current catalog or show your current inventory if that's something you do. I do know back in the day though too, they would like there was a lady I was friends with like in real life that would have like live streams on Instagram selling things. Like just people were like fighting over the things she was trying to sell on there and they were just like sold in a minute. I don't know if the energy for that is still that high. I mean, it could be. And the fact that with online kind of sales and marketing tactics, you could not even just sell to people in your immediate area, you could sell online as well. High quality, one dress for 5 years. Yeah, I still have a shirt also that my sister got when she had a party. If I remember correctly, she had a party that I love. I wear it mostly in fall and winter because it's like one of those like raglan. I don't know if that's how you say it, but like the body of the shirt is one pattern and then the arms of it, they kind of cut like this, and then they're like 3/4 sleeves. But I love that shirt, and I've had that for probably 6-7 years now, 8 years maybe, a long time. I've had a long time. But yeah, I love that, and then I still have a couple pairs of leggings that I'll wear once in a while. So I would attest that they probably do have pretty high quality stuff. But yeah, as far as, again, it's going to be about the time and effort you invest. you're gonna really have to advertise or market yourself or reach out to people. So if inboxing or direct messaging people is not really your thing, this might be really hard to do. Or if you're not able to really have like in-person events, it might be very difficult to get off the ground. But at the same time, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. And even then, you might at times feel like I'm putting all this effort and work, but people just aren't buying or people aren't coming in. So you might have bits of time with that. Pull a card to see if I should go for the starter kit or gold kit. I heard in my mind's ear, starter kit. So starter kit, Queen of Wands, that's where you have the most power or control or creativity. Card for the gold kit. Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. To me, it feels like just get your foot in the door. This is a better outcome, the starter kit, than the gold kit. Not to say the gold kit probably wouldn't take you farther. It probably would. But as far as your peace of mind especially if the gold kit costs a lot more to invest initially, I would say doing the starter kit would at least get your foot in the door, kind of let you get a feel for it without having to put a lot more money into it, if that's the case here. That's how it energetically feels. Starter kit feels like it costs less. Gold kit seems or feels like it costs more. So get your toe wet, dip your toe in with the starter kit and just see how that goes. That is Spirit's best advice for this, because again, I feel like it's going to take a lot of time cultivating of clients, or getting people's name or check written. It's going to take some work on your part to get that way. Probably consider the fact your car broke down too. Oh no. Yeah, maybe even taking care of that kind of stuff first, whatever commitments you already have as far as things you maybe need to get in working order and stuff, and then seeing where you're at. I just heard after December, so I don't know if the holidays kind of are difficult because you're buying Christmas presents, or you have to do your car registration at that time of year, or again maybe getting your car fixed this year. But maybe like New Year vibe would probably be your better bet than trying to invest and get started right this second. That to me feels like a better time is maybe New Year time. All right. So go ahead. Yeah. Got to save money to fix it. Yeah. Yeah, right. If it's not one thing, it's another. It always feels like something needs our money, right? Amber, hello. Welcome. Thinking of using your $500 from Christmas towards. Okay, so that would totally make sense for starting in January, because you'd have that Christmas money. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I'd say that's a win. That's a go for it. Awesome. So Kirsten has now another one card read, bringing us down to one more one card read after that for Kirsten. And Jamie, if you are here, calling out for Jamie. She still has her donation, and I'm going to assume she had to put babies to bed, or maybe she herself fell asleep. It happens. It happens to the best of us. All right. And then Pam will be on deck after that. And there's probably not too much time for more donations after what I currently have, but we are still doing the giveaway, and we still have the drawing as well. Oh, Amber. Been low since yesterday due to sudden asthma and allergy pains. Oh, that's never fun. Yeah, it's like, and all of those things do kind of, allergies, the sinuses and the breathing, and then of course the asthma with the breathing. Oh, that just never feels good, does it? I'm still got like a sinusy thing from, 2 weeks ago when I was sick. It just wants to hang on and hang on and hang on and hang on. Although I've been feeling much better. That's for sure. Oh, Jamie's back. All right. Well, Kirsten has posted her question. So we will do her question, then we'll do Jamie's question, then we'll jump back to Kirsten's last one card after Jamie. So Kirsten, Jamie, Kirsten, Pam, giveaway, drawing. How does that sound for lineup? Okay, so let me go back up. So Kirsten wants to know, will she be successful in health coaching enough to be wealthy? Let's find out. Will Kirsten be successful in health coaching enough to be wealthy? Ooh, we have the world. So it's definitely going to be a turning point for you. And with the world energy, it's like closing out old cycles. So I do think you are meant to do some sort of health coaching. As far as you have past life gifts or experience with something that you are utilizing, either energetically, literally, or mentally, with the health coaching that can benefit people from your past. So this is like fulfilling or closing out past karma and helping you move forward. The world can be like you might even be able to take clients like online, even across the world, across the globe. Certain ways that you can coach people that you don't have to be there face to face. You can coach them online. So this can really open up a world, literally, of opportunity for you to get your name out there and maybe even be known all around the world for what you do. There's a definite potential for, like, I don't know if we want to call it fame or just notoriety, maybe. People know your name. Yeah, High Priestess. It's like you're utilizing also your spiritual gifts in alignment with also your health coaching. But again, like almost anything that you like, as far as careers or side hustles and what have you go, whatever it is you're putting most of your time, effort, love, focus, attention, effort into is going to be your biggest payoff. So whether that is your health coaching, whether that is your teaching, whether that's LuLaRoe, whether that's what else, like counseling, like substance abuse counseling, whatever it is you decide to do, whatever you're focused on, and the more focus you can put on something without your energy and focus being scattered, the better off you're going to be, at least until that one thing gets established. And then you can maybe potentially add more to it after it's established. But as far as health coaching goes, money, and yeah, again, it can be the beginning of something very beautiful, but it's going to have to be where it's almost like that timeline or that outcome hasn't been written yet because you haven't gone far enough on the path for it to be completely realized. That being said, though, if you do take action on it and continue to show up every day and put that effort, market yourself, get your name out there, be the best health coach you can be, and really get those clients, it can be the beginning of something very beautiful because you also have the 10 of Cups. So it's not just emotional fulfillment for those clients to feel like, wow, what a deal I'm getting. I'm being helped. This woman knows what she's doing and she's really helping me. But also you are feeling very emotionally fulfilled by the work you're doing, and even maybe making lifelong, like, soul brother, soul sister connections with your clients, because these are people who are very in alignment with you on a spiritual level, that you can really feel almost just embraced by a community, or you are creating your own community by which you can embrace everybody and they can embrace everybody else and almost like form like a tribe or a community. It feels really, again, going to take a lot of effort and work to get there. Like anything good in life, it's going to take our elbow grease, blood, sweat, and tears, but it can definitely make you successful if that is what you want to put your point of focus on. Asa just fell asleep. All right. So Kirsten, we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So yes, it can definitely, this is like the entrepreneur. She can make a lot of money. But again, it's about putting in that time, effort, attention, knowing where to put the energy, when to pull the energy back. But at the same time, the Five of Pentacles coming in and also the Five of Swords, it's going to be, again, something, because these came out with the LuLaRoe message, both of these as well. This is about you making sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, websites maintained, being like the jack of all trades within your like business entity to be able to create this. And it's not always going to be a smooth road. There might be, times where you are, struggling to find those clients, or you do have a nice list of clients and some of them leave because they can't maybe financially continue to pay for your services, or, there will be ups and downs and bumps on the road. But again, this to me feels very fulfilling, and long-term wise, if you're going to do this long-term, put your effort, love, blood, sweat, and tears into it, it can definitely be a career that not only brings the finances, but also brings a lot of emotional fulfillment. And we get a very similar reading with everything, every different career type thing you do ask about, Kirsten. But this just kind of reiterates or, sends home the fact that You are multifaceted, multi-talented, limitless spiritual being having this human experience. And what you choose to put your focus and attention on, you can make really great gains with it. It's just going to be about narrowing down your point of focus and really focusing on probably one, maybe two avenues to really enhance those or blow those up before expanding further. So I hope that helped. I hope that resonated for you. Have so many goals right now, it's overwhelming. Yeah, it can feel that way, right? And it's like, there are people that out there that are like, man, I just want one goal and I don't even know where, like, can be so confused. They don't even know what they want. I mean, you kind of have the opposite problem where you want all the things, and that there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it can feel overwhelming because you're like, well, where do I focus first? Been there, still there at times with that energy myself. So I totally understand. I totally get you there. But yeah, you could definitely make it work. Again, it's just about the time and investment that you put into it. You can definitely get that time, money, love, attention, and investment back by what you put in. All right. So Jamie, go ahead and ask your question, and then Kirsten will be hitting you up one more time for another one card right after Jamie. And then we have Pam, and then we have the giveaway, and then we have the drawing. So yes, we're cooking right on through. So Jamie wants to know if Spirit has anything to say to me about live streaming with the Ouija board at night. Ooh, getting creepy up in here. Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Let's see what Jamie's true spirit has to say about this and find out. Because here's the deal. Yes, people might hear the term Ouija board and be like, oh my gosh, that's so scandalous. It's so scary. But really, there are people that say that about tarot cards. There are people that say that about pendulums. It's our intention and the protection that we put around ourselves before we get into the divination that will establish what comes through or what happens. So I would say already, as long as you're doing your own protections and you are, setting very clear intentions with who it is you're connecting to, I'd say there's nothing to worry about as far as like the actual Ouija board event goes. For those of you that are like, Ouija board, don't do it. I've done the Ouija board back in 8th grade, and it was not a good outcome for me because I had no idea about protecting myself. And would I ever do a Ouija board again? I would say probably, but I'm not going to probably go out and buy one and purposely seek it out. But again, I know a lot more now about what's going down out there than I did then. So to me, it would feel more like a divination tool than, oh my God, I'm communicating with dead people, like I did back in the day. Anyway, that's not what you asked. Let's get into what you asked. Yeah. So, you're still tie-dyeing. You've been doing sorts of all sorts of stuff lately. Compared to me being anxious and depressed for years. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting back out there and doing things and having fun and experiencing stuff. Yeah, I got a little overwhelmed when talking to people. Oh, you tried it last night. Oh, fun. Let's see. As far as live streaming with the Ouija board. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups. So this could be a really cool opportunity for you. And it feels like you could meet some cool people online. This is like that kind of soul brother, soul sister energy, or soul connection energy. This could even be you maybe even communicating with your own like crossed over loved ones on your live stream as well. What else? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we're talking about here. People who have crossed over. I mean, we call it death in this realm. I mean, technically they're probably more alive than we are as far as like spirit goes. But, we call them dead people, even though they are really more alive than we are. But I think, this is just indicating, yes, we are talking about the topic of death here. And with the Knight of Wands, there might be some very, like a quick, like raise in elevation or raise in like subscribers. Just people interested, people curious to see what this girl's communicating with, what's coming through, what's going on here. So I would say there's definitely going to be some interest in you live streaming this, if that's what you choose to do. There's definitely going to be an audience for it, whether it's 10 people or 1,000 people, I guess remains to be seen. But there's at least a small, if not larger audience that wants to see this. So I would say do it. You were legit having a panic attack yesterday, but I'm feeling so much better tonight already. I feel like I need to practice. So yeah, and again, as long as you're doing all of your protections and everything, you should be fine. Nine of Wands is like, it feels to me like the more, going back to my own very humble beginnings over on the Done Creative doing my live streams, you watch one of those. They're unlisted, but they're in a playlist over on the Done Creative. You click back to the farthest back one, like I think it was November 14th of 2020 was the very first live stream I had, because it was a week after my grandma's funeral, which her funeral was the 7th. A week after that was my first live stream. So November 7th, 2020 was my very first live stream. You go open that one up over on, it's on the Done Creative. That's where I first started doing my live streams before I had this channel. You open that up and you watch me over there. It's a far cry from how I am on my live stream now, because I just was not used to it. I was scared. I was terrified, to be honest, at times. But as I got going on the live stream, I felt more comfortable. And then the next time I had a live stream, a little more. And I'd say I've probably peaked at my comfortability. I can never say that word. Comfortability. There we go. Is that even a word? I don't know. Pam might know. She's an English teacher. Probably, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I probably just felt the same level of comfort, and it ain't no thing. I'm here. It's fun. But you also have here the 10 of Pentacles. So you might even have people like super chatting you, hey, connect to this person. Hey, connect to that person. But I would just say, set some ground rules so people aren't like, kind of pressuring you while you're live, and, because you just, when you're feeling pressured, or when you're high anxiety or something, that can open you up for, I'm not going to say entity possession, but entities to come through, because we basically create a portal when you're using one of the Ouija boards. So I would just set ground rules and make sure people know what it is that you are going to do and what your limits or boundaries are on things. And yeah, let's just see what your comments say here. Yeah, you say, I just want a few people to care, right? Yep. Yeah, it's like after a year of doing free, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I would just set the intention, and this is something I do before my live streams for quite a while now, is I set the intention that those that are donating, I'm going to help them with what comes through, and those that don't need it or would just be wasting money by donating, I just try to weed all that energy out before I go live. And I even just have like a keyword that I say before I go live, so I don't have to go through the whole rigmarole every time. It's because, even just saying like the magic word, you have an intention behind this magic word. It might even be like 10 pages worth of, okay, I only want their true spirit to come through. So you can kind of establish your own ground rules and boundaries, and just, explain what's going on. But again, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And probably the longer you do it, the more potential for possibly earning money doing this, if people are super chatting you or sending donations to connect to certain people. But again, if at any point your intuition is saying, oh, I don't know, this doesn't feel good, then of course you can step back, or set better boundaries or what have you. But I'd say go for it. Just try it out. Protect yourself in every way that you know to do, and yeah, clear your energy field when you're done. All the things. Absolutely. Oh, the first time you live streamed, I was horribly depressed and needed to take my mind off of it. I met the nicest people and many friends. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, you can back out of a reading at any time if you need to. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Hey, you'll have to let us know what your link is when you, or if it's just on Jamie Wilson or if it's on a different channel, let us know. Let us know, because I would definitely want to check it out. I think that would be awesome. And we could bring some of our friends over, like we do with Dr. Lupo for his, TikTok. Darn it, I'm not on TikTok. Darn it. But hey, that's probably a good place to go, because you got a lot of people over there that are probably interested in that kind of thing, for sure. All right, Kirsten, let's get your last question on the board. And then Pam, you are on deck. And then we have our giveaway and our drawing. So don't go away if you are wanting to get in on that giveaway. I know on the East Coast it's getting a little late. People are probably ready for bed. Okay. So let's see. Kirsten. Oh yeah, Kirsten's thinking about doing tarot on live. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, I mean, I don't really see them or they don't find my feed in any way. Like I'm not purposely seeking them out, but back in the day I would search it. And I'd find people once in a while doing live tarot. And there's even like this group of ladies that were doing it. I don't remember what they were named or called. But it was like political readings and people were just like super chatting left and right. The chat was moving so fast you couldn't keep up. They were just super chatting, like, ask this next, ask, and it wasn't like them asking personal questions. It was like stuff relevant to like politics. I'm like, they're just raking it in over here, but it seems stressful to me because the chat was just. I don't think I could do that. I like the slow, low key vibes over here. Ain't no rush. Yeah, if I got more like recognized or popular than I am now, I don't know that I could actually handle it. Personally, I don't know that I could. I like what we've established here, and if it all just kind of stayed like this for the rest of my live stream career, I would be more than happy with that. Now, the pick cards are a different story because as many people that want to get in on that can come over, and it's not gonna affect my energy in any way. You know? Yeah. All right. Okay, so Kirsten wants to know if she will have bariatric surgery in January. All right, let's find out. Kirsten, bariatric surgery in January. I'm hearing if you are, it's not in January. We have Knight of Cups. So I don't know if you're getting some sort of opinion or second opinion on the surgery, or maybe even an alternative route to the surgery to be able to, I'm going to assume it's for weight loss reasons. I don't know of any, personally know of any other reasons anyone would do that, like for that specific surgery, unless it was like a, I don't know, digestive thing. But to me, it feels like that would be your intention would be weight loss. So I don't know if you had been given another like direction or opportunity about weight loss with a different avenue that wasn't bariatric. It might have been maybe even a simpler surgery or a less invasive surgery than the full on like bariatric rerouting or whatever they do with the stomach. I have heard of one called like a lap band surgery, and I don't know if I'm even speaking the right language here, but or if I know what I'm talking about, but that's like what's coming to my mind's eye or my mind's ears. Yeah, I was thinking of doing it next summer if it didn't get approved for January. Okay, also considering doing medication. Okay, the medication, that could be like an alternative route. And it doesn't mean you can't. Oh, good. I'm like, did I roll over my card with my chair? No, I didn't. Thank goodness. I've done that before, and I'm like, no. Yeah, I was like, there's more options here than you think, because with Seven of Cups, this is about options, different opportunities presenting and options. And ooh, I just put away a lot of cards off the top of this deck, and it revealed this card, the Four of Pentacles. So I would say keep your options open, or don't make a choice right yet. This is about waiting it out, especially if you have to be, you were saying, getting approved. If you have to be approved or have to wait for financing to come through, or if it is like maybe possibly covered by insurance, there might be like all these gatekeeping and circles, hoops they're making you jump through, and it's just not feeling worth it to you, at least in January. But yeah, there's options. So it could be the medication route. Again, I don't feel like it's diet and exercise route, because if that was the case, you probably would have done that. If it was going to be something that was feasible, it probably would have been the first thing you would have done, rather than, most people don't just jump right into surgery. It's usually like last resort. So I totally can feel that this has been a journey for you. It's not something that you take lightly or are going to make like a rush decision about. Yeah, Knight of Wands. This is really, you want it done, but yet at the same time, there's something holding it up. But again, you didn't come to this realization for the surgery rushed. This is a rushed energy, meaning you wish things could move forward, but not that you're rushing into the decision. Which I'm hoping you're understanding what I'm saying, and you probably understand because that's the energy coming through. Um, oh, you got tested for celiacs. Oh wow. Oh, you've been really really good with your diet, and said you had to cut out gluten due to gluten intolerance. Yeah, I'd say a lot of like processed foods and stuff probably aren't our best bet for any human consumption, but we all do it because we either get addicted to it or our bodies crave it. Um, but yeah, yo, oh, you were gonna do the smaller, oh, the gastric sleeve. I think that's what it's called. I don't know why I said lap band. Maybe that's something different. Um, and then the problem with January is your coworker is very close to pregnancy due date, which is February 20th. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so with the Four Swords, so this is like resting, pulling your energy back from the January time. Doesn't mean you have to, not consider this ever. But again, January to me feels rushed in some way, meaning maybe there's other outside circumstances going on, or if you're the one footing the bill for this, maybe, having to get the car repaired kind of takes precedence, and then factoring in the surgery or whatever your out of pocket would be, or whatever your portion to pay would be, or if this is like a payment plan that you're on, just getting kind of, this is like a budget card. So like budgeting, getting your finances in order before sign anything or go through the rigmarole to get the surgery on the books. But just kind of take some time to really think it through, and maybe even look at those other options, and the medication, and of course you're doing really good with your dieting and stuff. But other, maybe even other, it's the same surgery but at a different facility or different hospital or different surgeon. There's options available that maybe you haven't even discovered yet that can help you and would be better than just getting in and doing it in January. Yeah. Oh, there is a lap band, but they don't do it anymore. Okay. That I was like, that's outdated information. Yeah, it's been years since I'd heard anyone say lap band. So I'm like, is that even gastric bypass, or is that something else I'm completely just thinking of? Um, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So I think especially the stress of, with work, and then your coworker maybe being on the maternity leave, and I'd say summer, if that's like your second option as far as when to do this, summer definitely would be a better time frame, energetically speaking, for the surgery to take place. So surgery probably yes, but January probably no, if that makes sense. But yeah, maybe further into the summer as far as a surgery date for you. Feels more in alignment with what is in your best interest. And then, yeah, justice. It'd be a more balanced time and approach, or maybe even whatever option you did go with would be just better recovery maybe in the summer. I'm not sure if that time of year makes any difference, or if it's just the money involved, or, you have vacation days or whatever it is. But summer seems like a better fit for downtime with the surgery. Because I would assume there'd inevitably be a bit of downtime after a pretty big surgery like that. But yeah, I would say if the surgery is something you have your heart set on, you can absolutely go that route and have a successful outcome. Again, though, just probably not as soon as January. But hey, if your decisions and your actions you're taking line it up with January, then please go for January. But as far as what's currently taking place, it doesn't seem like January is going to be your best bet as far as just your general lifestyle and maybe even the financial part of it. All right. Oh, you don't work in the summer, so you're a teaching assistant. Okay, then the summer might be a great time to do that, and then have time to do a lot of self-care during that recovery time. That's like ding ding ding, we have a winner. Yeah, that feels good. That feels like a good time to be able to do that for sure. All right. So Pam. No, I'm acting like Michael Scott. Offers references. All right, Pam is next on our chopping block, and she's the last donation, and then we're going to be doing our giveaway and our drawing. So stay tuned, my friends, because we are hitting that drawing so hard we're going to knock its teeth out. That's what we're going to do. That was something I said once. I was really excited. We were in my aunt's town in Washington. We were visiting my aunt, and it was the Deutsches Fest, which is the second time I've actually mentioned that on tonight's live stream. I wonder why. But anyway, I digress. We were going, like, they have all these like town-wide yard sales during the Deutsches Fest, and Deutsches Fest is like a German festival. Anyway, we were going to all these yard sales, and I saw a really big yard sale up the road. And we were kind of walking by my old house because we had lived in that town when I first started kindergarten. And I was walking past my old house, and I saw the kitty corner from that house was a really big yard sale. And I yelled, I like was running across the street, and I yelled back to my mom and sister, I'm like, I'm gonna hit this yard sale so hard, I'm gonna knock its teeth out. And then I almost peed my pants. I was laughing so hard, and so was my mom, and so was my sister. It was a good time. All right. So you're so welcome, Kirsten. Aw, yeah. Just follow your intuition, follow your heart. Do what's in your best interest as far as self-care goes. I think you're gonna be great. Alrighty. So Pam is next. Hopefully she's still here. It's been a minute since her donation, but she was here earlier. So I'm gonna definitely check to see if she had written a question. Okay. Sorry to monopolize. No, you didn't monopolize, not at all. This is the first time I've been able to catch a live with my new work schedule. I want a quick past life, and I'm not paying attention to the amount equals length of the reading and just going with numbers today. So whatever time you have, I never intend to keep you over your time. No. I want to. And then she also donated for an 11/11 read as well. I'm not supposed to mention this, so I won't. Okay. So is that other one card donation for another question? I didn't read the other part that you told me not to read, but so is that like to add or just to say that? Okay. That was just you saying that to say that. Okay. I'm getting clarification here. But past life. I got the coolest past life deck. Now, if I can actually freaking find it in my hoard over here. Yes, I got quite the hoard going, and I'm gonna find it because it's such a cool deck. And I got it in mind with you in mind when I got it because I wanted to use it for you. It's a literal past. There it is. Yes, past life deck. Uncover your past lives oracle. I've only used it a few times, but it's here, ripe for the taking for Pam's question. So see, it's got like time frames, identities. Oh, I'm showing the wrong thing because my camera's not up here. Okay. So, boom. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love this. So anyway, it's like each card, of course, the back of the card this is the back of the card. So it's going to tell you like the time frame, the identity of who you were, if you had love, your faith, your traumas, your locations. And one way I was doing it is I don't know. I'll just pull cards and we'll just do it that way, and that you'll see what I'm doing. Okay. So as far as I know, I love circle decks. They're kind of hard to shuffle at times, but they're fun. So let's just see as far as the identity of Pam in this past life that wants to come through. Ooh. You are a wise person. So this is just really in alignment with a lot of these like shaman, kind of high priestess type vibes. Healer, major healer coming through. Wisdom keeper is definitely like coming up hot. But we have like World War age, which, to me is like, World War I, World War II. And I'm really honing in like World War I. But I'm seeing Poland. And I don't know that that's a location or place that we've tuned into a past life for you before, Pam, but it's during like World War I, like 1917, 1918 time frame. And you were like someone that knowledge was transferred to, as far as like, not like written down stories, but like they were told to you. You were told these stories to keep this wisdom. And we just got to an ad. So sorry if you got drug away by an ad. Let's take a quick break. These ads sometimes cut right into the reading, but here we go. So you were told, like verbally told information about not just a family, but like a whole town, a whole like government like structure. And again, this is Poland. Whatever Poland was called at World War I, I don't even know if it was Poland. Um, but it's very interesting that, wartime is coming up, and this is like you were fighting not literally as a soldier in this, but fighting by keeping wisdom under lock and key and only transferring that knowledge or wisdom to people that needed the information. Um, and it almost feels to me like you were undercover, not in the most traditional sense of the word, but people never would have guessed you were the one that had the information or the knowledge. Um, and it's interesting because I actually see you as a teacher in that life. Like that was your like day job or your bread and butter was a teacher, and you were female in that life too. So to me, it feels like your energy was unassuming that no one would have guessed you had this information or knowledge or knew these things. But as far as what happened in this life after this transfer of knowledge and how it's affecting Pam in this life. Wow. Yeah. And again, we got the sexual energy, but sexual minority, and to me, it feels like feminine energy when they would consider the sexual minority. But it's interesting because a sexual minority at the time possibly would have been, with you being a woman, maybe even you were being attracted to females or maybe even bisexual in that life, or supported people like this and were very open minded to these types of people, is really what I see with this. But there was an accident, and you actually had to transfer a lot of your knowledge and wisdom. And by accident, I don't see it like accident that just came out of the blue. It was because of the war going on. And if there was no like literal physical war going on in your town of Poland, it was some riotous act that was performed because of the war or in retaliation to the war. But you had to transfer, with this accident, you thought you were dying, so you had to transfer this knowledge very quickly. Wow. We're talking about like sexual knowledge and then fertility. So this to me actually, this is so weird because once upon a time ago, it feels to me like on the earth, women weren't just like, moon cycles. And when the moon came in, because the moon's not like a natural planet or planetoid or whatever you want to call it, it's actually I don't know what you want to call it, like inorganic structure. Some people say it's hollow. Some people say there's all sorts of things going on. There's bases there, whatever. But to me, the moon was also like put in place as like an anchor point for feminine energy, or to hijack the original feminine energy of Venus and now basically shine that with the moon. But you had knowledge of ways to be able to, it's like procreate, menstruate, ovulate, all the things without like the manipulation of the moon or the matrix energies, basically, to ways to harness and harvest your own feminine and other females' feminine energies where they weren't under control of, patriarchy, and also like moon systems and other like matrix grids and systems that were put on our DNA, on our bodies, and what have you. And specifically, even with, they're showing me like being able to like impregnate yourself, not like there's like a what's it, like a hermaphrodite situation, not like that, or like being like certain. It's more like being able to pass different combinations of your own DNA, but in an XY form or XX form. Like the X is taking care of both the XX and the XY. God, am I making no sense? Probably. But so much is coming through, and I don't even know how to put all this into words, Pam. But it's like you like hijack the systems or new ways to go around the, basically, it's like, okay, we'll do computer terms because that to me feels easier, even though I don't know a lot about computers. But it's almost like you have like a spam filter, or a, like when you're at work and you can only go to certain websites, you can't go to like bad websites, or social media. Like you're at work and they only say you can only access these sites. Well, you basically have the lock and key knowledge of basically removing the filter off of feminine sexual creation energy, to just be able to either procreate with yourself or, spread that knowledge to others, or finding ways to use sexual energy for like manifestation, like sex magic. There's so much going into depth with this, but you passed on this knowledge actually to somebody who probably shouldn't have had the knowledge, and then by way of got back that, oh, that's the person that told me the knowledge, and you were basically I guess persecuted, not like in like a public square like they would have done back in the day, but more like silently or secretly taken out, and it made to look like, again, an accident, but it was not the same accident as that like terrorist thing or like war created. I don't even know what you want. It wasn't an accident. It was very purposeful. The thing that made you feel like, okay, our lives are in danger. I got to give this knowledge to somebody so it's not lost. It was a different time than that. That kind of acted as the catalyst in the story to get the ball rolling with things. But you were taken out about a year and a half after that transfer of knowledge gets back. And yeah, wow. But it does to me, kind of bridging the gap now, bringing us back to this lifetime. There's an element of knowledge or this wisdom that is with you in this life as well. And yeah, you might want to, I don't know, research like Poland during World War One. Even if it was, I don't even know if it was called Poland back then. I know a lot of those European countries and other continent countries have, names have changed hands many times over the course of written history, but I don't know about it being as recent as World War One or what. Again, I don't know. I mean, there's so much that could just come through, and I don't even know what's relevant, what you need to know, and why I know all this all of a sudden. It's weird, but yeah, there's something again about maybe even in this life feeling like you can't share certain parts of yourself with people for fear of persecution. And this is a theme in so many people's lives. It's not just pretty much anyone who's had a healer life, a shaman life, a witch life, being persecuted for your beliefs kind of life. We carry this like collective wound of, oh, I better not say too much. I better not be fully myself. I better not be, too loud or too proud, because what if I get knocked down or taken out because of what I have to say? And so many of us still carry that like wound of persecution. And some of this life is for you to uncover that wound and heal it. And again, maybe even using your own, of course, sexual relationship, which is with your husband, to help heal this wound as well. There's a lot to be done with like sexual healing in all capacities on this planet. There's so much that has been, bastardized and twisted with sexual energy and, just the act of it in and of itself, and who you can love, who you can't love, what you can do, what you can't do, the taking of that sexual energy without permission, and just so much that could wrap into this reading. But I think, Pam, use your intuition as far as what avenues of all that has been uncovered to dive into or to heal or to process, because I think deep down you would know. Oh, it resonates with you. Amber says this is very interesting. Good night, Brandy. Yeah, 5 a.m. writing club. Fun. Yes, I took a while on tonight's live stream, but hey, I'm not mad at it. You guys had some amazing questions tonight, and I had fun, of course, answering those questions. I could just be here all night if it was up to me, But Pam, I hope that resonated. And yes, it's fun. It's been fun. And yeah, oh yeah. Catching up on everybody's comments. Yes, giveaway time. Yeah, we've got someone wondering. Yeah, we have the giveaway time. Giveaway. Okay, so here's the ground rules for the giveaway. We still have 9 people here. Look at that. 3 hours in, we're right on schedule as far as when I wanted to kind of get things wrapped up. Look at us go. You're so welcome, Pam. I always just get like massive downloads when you ask any question, but specifically your past life questions. I could just be here all day. Love it. All right. So, ground rules. There's really no rules. It's more directions, I guess. So, starting right now, start guessing or using your intuition to decide what tarot card am I going to pull or is going to fly out of this deck? It's only going to be one. It could be a major arcana. It could be a pentacle. It could be a swords. It could be a court card, meaning page through king of any suit, but you got to guess it correctly, specifically. If I were to just right now draw the justice card, and I'm going to put it, this way so you can't see what it is, and you guess justice first, you win. You're the winner. So start guessing, you guys, or using your intuition, whatever feels best for you. And we're going to find out what this card is. Cool. All right, I love it. And of course, the card that comes through, the energy is underlying whatever question you have. Even if you don't know what your question would be yet, of course, Spirit does. So, yeah. So whoever guesses the card first will win the reading. And then, of course, everybody who wants to be entered into the giveaway, I will give you an opportunity to put a keyword to get entered into the giveaway. I'll write your name in. We'll put it in the cup up here, and then I'll pull one of the names, and that person will be the winner for a one-card read, which we will do right after the giveaway. So let me go back. Let me go back and see who is winning what. So fun. Okay, so we have some guesses coming out. I'm going to make sure no one has it. I see a couple people have guessed part of the answer, but not the full answer. So that'll tell you it is not a major arcana. So, okay, making sure, checking my work here. Yes, okay. I'm going to keep scrolling. Okay, it is a court card. I'm narrowing it down. I'm narrowing it down for you. It is a court card. There have been some court card guesses, but no one's gotten it quite yet that I've seen. I might have missed it, but if I've missed it, you guys will let me know. What is it? It's a court card, and a court card means a page, a knight, a queen, or a king of some suit. So think of the suits, right? You know what the suits are? Oh, Nyasia! It is the King of Wands. Nyasia has won herself a free reading, 1111 value. So it's pretty much, I call it a one-card read, but really it's a short read. Shorter than the full read, but never a one card. If anyone had guessed the King of Cups, oh wait, she guessed the King of, okay, see, I do this all the freaking time. Okay, someone did guess the King of Cups, and I'm sitting here like it's the King of Wands. Like I read Wands in my head. So Nyasia, you have won, but also whoever had guessed the King of Cups way earlier also actually first won. And I just skipped right over it like, no, they didn't. And it was Amber. It was Amber. So Amber and Nyasia have both won. Nyasia has won because of my mix-up, but Amber actually did win. But you both win. You both win because I messed up, and you deserve it. See, this happened for a reason, so you both get it. Okay, that being said, we've got two winners. We're also doing the giveaway. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, of course, I already have, wait, you're over here. I'm looking here because that's what the chat is. I have Pam, I have Linda from earlier. Anyone else that wants to be entered in the giveaway, put the number 5 in the chat. Put the number 5 in the chat. No, you are totally fine. You're totally fine. That was my mix-up, not yours. So you don't worry about a thing, and you both win. Yay. Look at that. So we're going to add Linda, and we're going to also add Pam. And anyone else who puts the number 5, I will write your name on a little piece of sticky note paper that I've cut up already. And we're going to get you in the drawing. And this is, I'm calling it the perpetual drawing. These names will stay in there till they are drawn out. Meaning this live stream, 10 live streams from now, your name's in here and it gets drawn, you win. Okay, so I'm still deciding, do you need to be present to win, or do I just honor? I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. So every live stream I have a giveaway, I'm also going to do a drawing. Anyone who entered the giveaway that won or didn't will be entered in the drawing. Even if you're like, say your name's drawn on a future live stream, but you're not there, I'll still do your reading. You'll just have to, I guess, go back to the live stream and see if you won. I might be nice so on the live stream after and say, hey, you won, go check it out, if I remember. Okay, so Julianne Brooks wants to be added. Hello, Julianne. Hello. Julianne Brooks. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, So making verification that I wrote it. Okay. And she is going into the drawing. We also have Jamie Wilson. These things are so small, I'm trying to hold it down and write. It's not working so well. There we go, Jamie Wilson. This part takes a second, so, get a beverage, hang out. All right. We also have the Real Big John Trucking. Real Big John Trucking. Yay. There it is. Adding it now. Verifying. Okay, and we also have Amber. Boom, Amber. Okay, we also have Nyaja Black. Nyaja is one of the OGs of the live streams. She was here, I think, the very first live stream I had, if I remember correctly, but definitely the first month or so of live streams I had. And Nyaja. Boom. Okay. Anyone else that wants to be entered in the drawing that did not get entered, drop a 5 in the chat in the next few seconds. Yes. All right. So, yeah, I could totally timestamp their name. What a great idea. Yes. See, you guys, it's a collective effort to come to these realizations with life. Okay. So, we have our 2 winners for the actual giveaway reading. This, I'm going to draw now, but we're going to wait till after those 2 readings to get your 1 card pull. And you don't have to ask a question for this. It's just going to be kind of like at the beginning of the live stream. It's kind of a mini reading, if that makes sense. And if you had a question in mind, that's fine, but just kind of keep it in the back of your mind. And maybe the card we pull will be in relation to that. But tonight's winner is it someone who's here or is it someone from before? Let's find out. It is Vicky Downey. So that's from 2 week and a half ago. So Vicky, okay, I will timestamp her giveaway reading. That's a great idea, Julianne. Thank you for that. So Amber, since technically you did guess it first, we'll start with your free giveaway reading. And go ahead and post your question, Amber, and we'll get right into it after I write down on my list here to timestamp Vicky's drawing win. Timestamp Vicky. Should give me enough reminder there. Hopefully I look at it and do it. Okay. Oh, Nyaja can go first. You love to go in the end. Okay, Nyaja, go ahead and post a question. We're going to do a quick-ish 1 card read for you on that. I'm going to leave Vicky's name here until I make sure I have that done, and then I will toss that because we drew her name out of the cup. Everybody else gets to stay another day. All right. Nyaja wants to know, recently I've been experiencing really negative energy that I'm confused about. It's clouding my judgment and my energy has been off. I need to know, is this my energy? Oh, even mine, and what to do about it. I'm already feeling it's an entity that's in your field. Like that's the first thing that just boom, there it is. And this is actually as a result of some altercation or disagreement you had with your family. It feels like a mom, and if you have a sister, if there was some sort of drama, it feels to me within the last 3 years. So it doesn't feel like recent. But this is something that happened maybe close to 2-3 years ago. It doesn't have to be like a full-on blowout, but it could have been a disagreement where you guys were just kind of like, I don't know what's going on here, and just didn't see eye to eye on something. Oh, thank you for your time. Hopefully I can catch another live. 4 a.m. is calling my name. Good night. Good night, Pam. It's so lovely to have you here. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for your donations. Love you all. Going to Ouija now. Bye, Jamie. Have so much fun. All right. Yeah, that's what it feels like. This entity attached to you after or during this argument with your family. You're a mom and a sister, or it could have been 2 separate altercations that didn't really have anything to do with each other, but they were around the same time frame. That's how it's all being kind of clustered together. But let's see anything Nyasha can do to get rid of this energy. Yeah, there's some healing. Maybe even calling on your own higher self, your true spirit to come through to allow, and even just using your own imagination and intention to clear. It feels very in your head, like this entity will plant just like downward spirals of negative thoughts. And even when you're trying to rest and relax, this is a relaxation and a healing card. Um, it just interferes in your own self-care routine, or maybe you're not taking as good a care of yourself as you know you could or should, because this entity is somehow like making it so you can't, or you don't want to, or it feels like a chore to take care of yourself, or not even just your traditional like self-care stuff, but like going above and beyond with things that you used to enjoy to do, and now you're just like, too much work. When you do clear this entity, there will be a lot of healing that comes in as a result, and you will be able to really focus on your own self-care again. Yeah. So let's see anything else that needs to come through about this negative energy and feeling confused, clouding judgment. Yeah. This is 8th house energy with Scorpio here. And this is using your intuition to feel your way through releasing or letting go or detaching this entity, and just envision it. One good, easy way to do it is envision any hooks, cords, darts, anything that this entity has hooked into you. Imagine it all coming out by the roots and being returned to the entity, and the entity is being removed from you, hook, line, and sinker, gone. Yeah. So there is a lot of healing. 8th house really is a healing energy as well. It's a death and rebirth, transformation energy. So it could have even been disagreements or something that ended certain cycles in that relationship that kind of allowed this entity to enter through. It could even be like this, like feels like ancestral energy. It doesn't mean that it's the energy of an ancestor per se, but energy or an entity that was attached to someone up your family line, meaning an ancestor, that's now attached to you again because of this disagreement. But it's not going to be too difficult to release this or let it go. Again, setting your intention will be your key to really get this thing on the move. And you're going to be feeling a lot lighter, definitely within probably weeks to possibly days after you just let go of the entity. Yeah. All right, Nyasha, I hope that resonated. So up next, I can do Vicky's 1-card poll. So let's see, 3:11:33. What a cool timestamp for Vicky. 3 hours, 11 minutes, 33 seconds for Vicky. Drawing win. That's news to you, huh, Vicky? Well, you won the drawing. You remember the time you were here a week and a half ago after the giveaway? I entered your name in the drawing. Well, we drew your name tonight, Vicky, even though you're not here. Someone had the great idea that I could timestamp it. It was Julianne. She said I could timestamp it for you. And then, of course, since you're at my live streams often enough, Vicky, you will find it in the timestamp, and I'll direct you over, and you will find it, and you will have a free 1-card poll. So this isn't like the full reading giveaway. This is more of a 1-card poll, kind of like I do at the beginning of the live streams, but just something to give you a little something for that drawing win tonight. All right, Vicky, what does Vicky need to know for her drawing win? Ooh, we have Pisces the Dreamer. So there's some really good information coming through your dream state right now, Vicky. Even if you don't remember the dreams enough to be able to write them down or gain any insight from them, like on a conscious level, they're there in the subconscious, because Pisces really is a very subconscious kind of energy, very Neptunian kind of energy. So if you don't remember your dreams coming up, that's okay. That energy is still being downloaded or stored in that bank of your subconscious mind. And when the time's right, you're going to know intuitively how to select this information coming through your dream state. All right, Vicky, hope it resonated. And now we're going to finish off with Amber's free 1-card poll. Go ahead and post your question, Amber. And the King of Wands for Nyasha. Hopefully you're still here, Nyasha. Because I thought, because you had guessed the King of Wands, I'm like, you're the winner. And you were, but technically it was the King of Cups, not the King of Wands. But I'm like, no, you're the winner. The King of Wands, going back to your question, Nyasha, This is about you taking charge, you taking control, and kicking this negative energy to the curb. I had forgot to include that underlying energy for your reading. Yes, so I'm glad you got the rest of your message. There we go. Message delivered. Okay, so Amber's turn. You closed on the home yesterday. I met a realtor who has invited us to her home. Is this the start of a new friendship or just a one-time thing? Well, let's find out. I think it can be what you want, but the King of Cups is a very balanced person, emotionally, specifically. But let's see if this is your energy, her energy, what's going on here. As far as this being a one-time thing, let's pull a card. One-time thing. And as far as this being a long-term friendship, possibly, or just at least a long-term connection of some kind. Yes, yes, yes. Because when I asked if it's just a one-time thing, we got the 10 of Pentacles, but in reverse. And you guys had watched me earlier put all of these cards upright, and somehow this bad boy ended up in reverse. So this tells me the longevity of it, because we're asking if it's just a one-time thing. It's saying, no, it's longevity, because it's coming out in reverse. Like, it's the opposite of what you're thinking. It's not a one-time thing. There's longevity here. Could be a long-term thing, but at the very least, there's enough commonality between the two of you that you can celebrate, you can get together, you can vibe on certain topics, be them only real estate or real estate and spirituality and making cakes and painting and whatever, so there could be multiple things you are involved in that you're both, she's very intuitive. There you go. And she might even introduce you to other like-minded individuals or her group of friends, and you feel included. And yeah, it feels like it could be the beginning of something very, very inclusive for you. Anything else Amber needs to know about this connection? Should I talk about my spiritual stuff and business and our business stuff to her? So I would say, again, with the balanced energy of this King of Cups, it would be to read the room. I wouldn't lead with that. Oh, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But, just getting to know her enough that you can start to kind of lead a conversation in that direction just to see how she takes it. And of course, using your intuition to feel into it. But if she is very intuitive, I do feel she probably does have a spiritual side, or at least is open, to these kind of topics, that eventually you can definitely have longer, more in-depth conversations on the more spiritual level, for sure. But again, I would just kind of start with your commonality of the, if you both have kids, that's a good commonality for a lot of moms. Of course, real estate is kind of your first, definite hook, right? And then anything else, just talking back and forth with people, sometimes you just get to know them in deeper ways. So yeah, one step at a time. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I see here. But as far as longevity goes, this to me feels like she might have had some falling out with people or ends to certain relationships. And that, especially with you, just not feeling like you have that stability of a support system. I want to get a clarification if this could be the beginning of a support system for you. Amber. Yeah, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So where you're feeling maybe that lack of that stable, support system or friendship in this new place, this is going to be, definitely building a foundation of something here. Again, even if it just kind of starts as a casual acquaintance thing, eventually this could build to something. Again, depending how much time, effort, attention you want to put into this connection, and her as well, I guess will remain to see how connected this can be. But I see some pretty good stuff here. This is what you want to see in a friendship reading, is a lot of Cups cards, because it's a deeper connection than just, oh, how's the weather? Oh, it's great over here. How's the weather over there? No one cares. Okay, we kind of care, but there's deeper things to talk about, right? Yeah, this is definitely good stuff here. Again, the actions you take or don't take can lead or not lead to something, but I think the seed of friendship that's being planted right now could definitely blossom into something beautiful. A nasty divorce that took, wait, I gotta back up. We took about, I can't talk. We talked about it for a bit on our first meeting. She has 3 kids and got married again last year. A nasty divorce took 3 years to happen. I got the King of Cups for her husband and Justice for her today. Oh, wow. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So to me, she seems like, I don't know. To me, it feels like does have a decently close emotional connection with her husband. Um, enough that you would probably think very highly of this husband. Not that you and the husband will probably be best friends, but like at the very least, you could feel the support of the entire family, meaning the husband, the lady herself, and of course the kids. And depending on ages, I mean, if they line up with Cashby's age or not, you could still feel like these people are family friends. That's awesome. Yeah, I would say definitely just see what happens. Just, put the effort in and yeah, I think she would be open to that. And she might even introduce you to other people that would definitely be open to bringing you into their circle as well. So awesome. Oh, and her husband looks like the King of Cups from the Light Seers deck. Oh, I love that King of Cups. Yeah, that's such a beautiful card. That's so cool. And she looks a lot like the Lady Justice. Oh, yeah, with the sword and kind of closing her eyes. Yeah, if I'm thinking right with the Light Seers, I'm pretty sure that's what the Justice card looks like. I just use that deck. I haven't used that deck like in my own home for quite a hot minute in my readings, either personally or online. But I did use it this weekend at my sister's house because she has that deck and we were doing readings over at her house and I was using that deck. She was bragging about her 3 million home. Oh, funny. Love it. All right, you guys. Well, that's going to be it for me. I got to remind myself to timestamp Vicky's reading so I don't forget that. But I will be back here. When will I be back here? Friday. And we're going to be kind of tuning into the full moon energy. Not to give it our energy and our attention, but to know how we can overcome certain obstacles that energy might present or get in on opportunities that energy also might present or represent. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Oh, this was fun. I missed this. Oh, I missed you too, Naija. Yeah, it's always a party when Naija shows up. Yes, you have a great night as well, Jessica, and of course you too, Amber and Naija. You ladies have a wonderful time, and the other 2 people who are just waiting in the wings or listening in, have a wonderful night as well. Yeah, I will be back in just a few short days. And I'm glad you had a good time. I always have a good time. It's just a given over here. I have too much fun with you guys and I never want to leave. But yes, you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday, or if it's Thursday for you, if you're on the other side of the world right now. And I will see you Friday for that reading. And of course, another giveaway and some more fun drawing, not like art drawing, but like giveaway drawings. All right, guys, I'm getting loopy and silly. I know it's time to go wind down for the night. So have a wonderful, blessed everything. And thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you, all of you, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Mwah!